The Russ Martin Show.
What were we talking about before, Gavin?
You getting married.
How was it the one time you asked that question, and not only did Trey, but also JD knew exactly what you were talking about?
Yeah. Why is it that's the only time you can keep track of the show?
That's just because I remember what we were talking about. It's a very important subject.
Not to me.
She's living with you, so it's your call when you do it. And get the tax benefits of the marriage.
I don't think the tax benefits are going to outweigh everything I got to spend.
Well, I mean, you'd be looking at engagement ring, wedding, honeymoon, $50,000.
You don't have to go that high.
You just named 3 things in a row that he'll never want to do.
Yeah.
That was damned impressive.
Yeah, you might as well throw in a Rangers game.
Deep breath.
Shut up. They're changing in the other room.
Oh.
She taking her top off?
Yep.
Oh, you nasty bitch. Well, why did I send him out of here?
I don't know.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Change right back.
Hey. She just looked in.
So nasty.
Why?
I feel like I'm...
Well, the windows are open. It's not like they went down the
I feel like
bathroom.
I'm watching like a neighbor, through the window.
Yeah. Little 17-year-old neighbor who's just getting in her first set of hairs. Yeah. Gonna break here, Chloe. Chloe! I don't think I could live through that.
Yeah, you could.
No, not to look down and see Fat Tina on the other end of you.
Stop this. Now.
I had a buddy of mine in high school that said as long as the top of her head looked okay, he was fine, didn't care how much she weighed.
No. Because they just won't. First of all, if you could make it through the session, they just won't come up and do it and then immediately leave. They want to hang out. Sure. They're probably want to have some type of conversation. They want to feel like a person instead of a dumpster.
You're right.
So there's going to be a nice little visit. Then you'll probably, at one point, they may want to have lunch. And because you feel guilty, you'll take them out and fill their 4 stomachs.
Stop it.
I thought your first girl was
Fat.
She wasn't Fat Tina fat.
No.
She had a kid.
Well, it was baby fat.
It was fat.
No, I think some of it was baby fat.
Wasn't she missing a tooth?
It wasn't totally gone. It was just cracked. So as long as the root's still in, you get credit for it.
Russ Martin. Afternoons at 3.
What, did they announce that today?
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Well, thank Jesus that void's been filled.
Oh, it's just temporary.
Brian Williams isn't going to be the full-time replacement for Tim Russert.
Oh, what I read.
Bless his soul.
Mm-hmm. That it's temporary for now. It could become permanent, but they're also looking at other alternatives.
I wonder how many people actually watch Meet the Press. It's Sunday morning. That's not really part of my regimen when I get up.
I flip through them, see who's got the good guest on, whether it be
I watch the George Snuffleupagus from time to time, just because I like to look at his hair.
He's got the great hair.
It's almost distracting.
Yeah. It used to be more. He's got it shorter now. It used to be a real big thing.
Why don't they just take that show off the air?
Memory of Tim.
Yeah. We can't go on.
No, we can't. How can you fill this empty chair? I swear to God, I turned it on Saturday morning in the hotel. Sunday morning in the hotel. Empty chair, lit.
But how long has that show been on, though?
Since the 60s, I think.
I think he had been doing it for 17 years.
Well, then I may watch Sunday to help me deal with this closure. They were still running up until Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Memorials and Entertainment Tonight had different things on Russert. I barely could identify him in a police lineup. Really no clue when he died.
I know.
It was just odd that we had talked about him about 2 weeks prior because Reverend Manning had him on his top 10 racist list. And I'm sure Manning's probably going to take credit for some of this.
I got one.
I told you I was going to kill somebody. I was out to take Kenny. Got Tim Russell. It's an accident, but God.
I'm really surprised he hasn't had a sermon since Tim Russert died.
He's been very lazy this week. He's actually rebroadcasting.
Maybe he's on vacation.
Well, it's interfering with my entertainment.
It's funny. I came in Wednesday. Trey's sitting at his desk. Well, God. What? He goes, it's the same old stuff from Reverend Manning that I saw last week. I went, maybe he's into summer reruns.
Is a big part of your day, is it?
It's like I go to YouTube and I look and it's like Christmas morning because I'm hoping that there's a present there.
Here it comes. It's going to be a werewolf. This time for sure.
You need to take all the things that Manning's thrown out and in just in short order, clump them all together. Everything that he's called Obama.
Okay.
Antichrist, talking about his mama, saying he's been blowing Reverend right. Shove those things. Maybe we'll lay it to music.
I can do that.
All right. I really don't have anything else before we get to news. Anything
there's tons
urgent?
of things to get ever caught up on. My goodness.
What's been going on?
Hold on a second. Gavin, did you get your van today?
Yes. Thank you very much
You're welcome.
for releasing the lien.
I didn't charge you for storage.
I know. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very kind. It's a great service. Everyone should check it out.
I'd like free airtime in exchange for the storage fee I didn't charge.
Free airtime?
Yes.
No.
Then you owe me $500.
Oh, no way. No.
I told you 3 weeks ago the Jack FM van was ready to come get it.
I know.
Then you show up, you send one of the promo guys out yesterday, you got no check, I ain't giving you the van, I slap a mechanic's lien on it, and I don't charge you for the storage.
And if it's been 3 weeks, that's $1,050.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, aren't you the mathematician, Trey? Great.
You owe me $1,000.
No, I don't.
Well, then I'm going to send somebody to your house and break you.
No, for what? No.
I was going to settle on one specific body part, but I didn't have time.
Whatever comes to the door first.
You're not going to give me free airtime?
You don't feel free. Would you like me to do it to promote the deal of the week?
What do you mean?
Because that's a totally legal thing.
I don't understand what you're
Deal
saying.
of the week, Russ Martin Automotive.
That ain't worth $1,000.
No, I can go into it more.
Even if you do it once, it ain't worth $1,000. It's only worth $1,000 if I do it.
Fine. Talk about the deal of the
week. Did the van run okay?
Yes.
You happy with the service?
Yes.
Will you be returning?
Yes.
You gonna have cash next time?
Yes. In fact, I think I'll bring my personal vehicle there.
We do foreign repair.
I know.
What's wrong? I know. I'm still going to want the $1,000. You can blow me all you want. I'm going to get the cash. What's wrong with the car?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the car, but I just before you got a front-end alignment machine, I got a front-end alignment. So now when I need an alignment, I'm going to Russ Martin Automotive. .com.
All right. What is it you had, John?
Well, I haven't told Everett about my dancing experience and the people that I met.
Where's the video?
I found out they're still editing it. They want to put together a really fancy package, not just a hard cut video.
Well, tell me, did you have a good time? What
I had
happened?
a great time. Met some people. Cut number 4 actually is about some of the people I hung out with in a week in review.
Everett, you got a CD player?
Yeah.
Well, take this thing home and listen to it. 'Cause nobody gave me a disc.
Okay. So nothing bad happened? You didn't hurt yourself in some way?
Where is it? Had an absolutely great time. Hung out with Joe Alvazano, Coach Joe.
Right.
Dale Hansen was there. We talked a little bit. Ron Kirk walked in the room.
I don't want to hear Coach 4.
Okay.
Is that the best you got to start today off?
No, not at all. There's tons of stuff. You putting your wiener in a bottle.
I don't think I want to replay that. I think I'll do that live.
Okay.
I'd like to hear that. I was going to say see that, but that's not true.
Where the PSAs that Gavin cut yesterday? I think it's his disclaimer.
Okay.
It'd take me too long to explain it. I was online looking at science experiments.
Right.
And this one popped on me.
Okay.
What cut is that one? Oh, it's the first one.
I'm Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. From time to time, stunts are performed on the Russ Martin Show, such as seeing if your male genitalia can fit into a bottle, similar to the egg match bottle suction experiment. As one who has tried this, burns can occur, as well as the bottle becoming stuck. Please do not try this at home. Thank you.
I tried it. It actually sucked it in about a third of the way.
Yeah?
Gavin came in and tried it, and the matches got too close to his ween and burned the end of it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. And then the last 3 days, he's had it wrapped up in ace bandage.
He brought it in and showed it to us. He whips it out like a little turtle head sticking out. Look, it's burned.
You listen to the rest of these disclaimers. They're short.
I'm Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. From time to time, stunts are performed on the Russ Martin Show, such as hitting your head several times with a pan. Any blow to the head can cause bruising, bleeding, or memory loss from concussion. Please, do not try this at home. Thank you.
I think the last
I'm Gavin
one's my
Spittle,
favorite.
Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. From time to time, stunts are performed on the Russ Martin Show, such as throwing various food items at a person. Food's only purpose is to be consumed. Anything thrown at a person can result in blindness, head trauma, and severe bruising. Please, do not try this at home. Thank you.
My favorite part of the whole food launching thing last week was Friday when Everett and Chuck saw it for the first time, smacking Alfie, and both of them are dancing in the back of the studio.
No.
Can't wait for the next item to come up.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah. The perch, I think, was my favorite. Flying fish.
I think the fish actually, didn't that almost knock Alfie out?
Yeah, he hit him in the head.
Yeah, it slipped a bit.
He didn't hit him in the back square. He went up to his neck.
Hit him in the back of the head square.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one.
I'm Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. From time to time, stunts are performed on the Russ Martin Show. The flaming sombrero is actually a sombrero with bottle rockets wrapped around it. Playing with fireworks so close to the human body can result in burning, hearing loss, and possible sight loss. Please, do not try this at home. Thank you. I'm Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming.
Yeah, I don't care for the airbag one. And the last one made the week in review? Right? All right, hold on. Here you go, Everett.
Okay.
So the last one here.
I'm Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. From time to time, stunts are performed on the Russ Martin Show. Dancing with cadavers is viewed as a tasteless act.
I on my ass.
No.
Just so I don't have to feign ignorance.
Yeah.
I ever dance with a corpse?
Hold on. Wait. No.
I don't think so.
No. Wait, didn't you? No.
Gavin?
No.
I'm just trying to look into the future.
Make sure that's on a Friday.
Dancing with the corpse.
Of course, we'll be here about 5:30.
We found one?
Huh? We found a corpse.
Seriously.
I swear.
Can you say where you got it?
Oh, no.
Was it a corpse when you found it?
This ain't Venegas, is it? Seriously.
Oh, my God. That creeps me out. I'm sorry.
Is this a corpse that's been prepped?
Yes.
All right.
Male or female?
Female.
Yeah.
Everett? Yeah?
Didn't want it to be
You know what, John? We get the... Is it actually a cadaver?
Yeah.
I mean, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Are we getting it from a funeral home?
I can't say.
Can you tell me if I turn the mics on?
Sure.
All right. Are we getting it?
My mic's still on.
Damn. How long do we get to keep it?
Till the end of the show.
JD, you can actually show us your dance number with the cadaver.
I don't believe so. I had a little forced feedback going on with my dance instructor.
It's a woman cadaver.
I understand, but she did most of the dancing. She was great.
They say how old she is?
Mid-30s.
That'd be all right.
I'm not dancing with my... No! This is creepy. You guys are really creepy.
You got you a D-MILF coming.
I don't want... Damn, it's weird. Are you serious, Trey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's freaky. I'm sorry. That's weird. I'm not dancing with it. Oh, I'll throw up.
And we didn't even come up with the idea until Gavin cut the PSA.
Yeah, it was all Gavin's idea.
Nice going, G.
Man, this is ridiculous. I'm never doing this PSA stuff again.
Listen to number 5 again.
Yeah.
You will listen to it off the weekend review.
Yeah.
What is line 1?
She's saying she used to work in an emergency room and had a man get his wiener caught in a bottle before.
Doing it the same way I am?
Apparently so.
Yes, Christian.
Yeah, hey, yeah, we had a guy, it was a wine bottle, but we had a guy that did the same thing.
What kind of wine?
It's a difference.
I'm not sure.
Well, different wine bottles have different sized mouths.
No, most of them have the same small.
No,
very
it
small.
It was
Like
a normal size
The
wine
Mogan
bottle.
David.
Oh, the twist off tops? Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
Was it
Yeah.
a twist off or a cork?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I prefer the box.
Yeah. He probably would have been better off if he would have used the box line.
How far was his ween stuck in it?
All the way.
Why did he... was it the vacuum that had it trapped?
Yeah. Supposedly he was pleasuring himself with the bottle. Don't ask me how that works. And he got it stuck, so he was thinking, if he heated the bottle up, it would expand.
Oh, no.
And he would be set, and then it sucked it in all the way.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Creating more of a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Why didn't he just bust the end of the bottle off?
Because if he broke it, it might cut him, and that wouldn't
Wine
be very
bottles are
good.
pretty thick.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The best part was he had to sit in the waiting room for quite a while.
And there's not a coat built you can put over the top of that, and I know there's a problem.
How did you get it out?
They had to take him to surgery and break the bottle
Oh.
and
Okay.
just deal with it. Yeah,
You don't remember the brand?
No, I'm sorry, it was a few years ago.
That's something that would be indelible.
See that once.
All right. Thank you.
I would live with you for a while.
Do I want to do this for Everett now or wait till later in the show?
What is it?
Sucking my weenie into the bottle.
In actuality or from the other day?
No, actually do it.
Really?
Ew.
You know the trick, right?
No, what's the trick?
Used to, when we were kids, you'd take a hard-boiled egg, soak it in vinegar. Is that right?
Yep. For a couple of days, make it kind of rubbery.
Oh, okay.
Then you get a Coke bottle. You throw matches in there while they're still lit. You put the egg on top. Matches go out. Vacuum sucks the egg in the bottle.
You're doing this with your wiener, are you?
Yeah.
Several times.
Well, I guess we need to kill some time until the cadaver gets here.
Wait Wait a minute, that's a promo.
We could always try it with a cadaver.
No.
Oh, it's a woman.
Cadaver's gross. God.
How long before we need a break?
3 minutes.
Oh, my
I don't know if I
God.
can stretch this out to 3 minutes. Get my fuse bottle.
Just saw matches over there.
Where are they, Close?
I bought some more last night.
I'll have to get it prepped first, and then I'll show you once it's in.
I understand. Now, what kind of bottle is it? I can't tell from here.
It says Fuse, Slenderized, Tangerine, Grapefruit. Why?
Oh, I was just curious if it made a difference.
No, I just got something with a wider mouth.
I see. Okay.
How many matches have I been using? Four.
It's been an odd week, Everett.
Really?
Why?
Oh, my God. Why? You're putting your wiener in a bottle. We have a cadaver coming up. What do you mean, why? Holy crap.
The thing that stood out this week when I was doing the bottle thing was somebody said you need to be careful, you're going to get burnt. And I went, how? And Dan in the background goes, fire.
You do it.
What else has been odd this week?
It's the whole lady calling up, reminding you that you put your wiener in a fish, singing fish one time.
The fish was singing for it. And I had spaced that one.
That's cut. 15.
Oh, all right. The broadcast standards dropped to such a level where shoving your weenie in a vitamin water bottle now is groundbreaking.
Apparently, no one's ever done it.
Yeah, somewhere Jody Dean's kicking himself wishing he had thought of it.
Didn't even think to have my ex-wife shoot me on the air. Wasted that one in the house.
Stop it.
Least I can do.
Hold on a second. Yes, Len.
Hey, this just takes me full circle. I first started listening to you when you put your penis in the Billy Bath.
Who was that?
I don't know. It was so long ago, but it's when I first started listening to you, and now you're putting your penis in a bottle. So you've improved, I guess.
I don't know who Billy Bass is.
That singing fish.
Oh, I did that.
You remember that?
All right.
I was listening to that, and I'm thinking, this guy is freaking weird. Thank you.
You're being very kind. What happened to that fish?
Oh, we got rid of it when we moved. It was in the old building.
They never stay in touch. Sonia Annual, best friends forever.
Never.
Gone.
Yeah, well, fish had to move on. Had a life of its own. Oh, my
I still got time to do this, Club?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
here we go, Everett. You got to turn around.
I'll tell you when it's ready. Let me get it out. Hey, baby.
Oh, God, here we go. Talk to it.
What are you doing? Maybe this will help a little bit if I lubed it.
Possibly.
We got anything? Don't turn around.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
All right, conversation.
We have anything lubish?
We have liquid soap in the bathroom.
No, that'd take too long.
Ain't nothing in here.
Hold on a second.
Spit off.
Ah, Jesus.
You know I ain't queer nothing, right?
I know.
Stop it.
I'm looking at the shirt.
What?
I'm turning around. I just heard. No, I'm queer.
I'm not in the mood now.
Oh, come on.
I gotta wait for Chuck to die off.
All right.
Yeah? All right. All right. Do-door. Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
Oh.
They going in?
Yeah.
You're so entertained.
Yeah. Like it belongs in there.
All
All right, Everett, have a look.
Here comes the best part, Everett. Look. He moves his hands away and it just floats.
JD poked my eyes out.
I ain't even got to hang on to it.
Look at that.
Man, let me get it out. Hold on.
Here we go.
Thank you.
And you ask why it's been a weird week.
Yeah. Just the usual stuff.
Break here. All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Is that gay? Actually, that's Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
What do you got?
Traffic is brought to us by Kaufman Tire and the City of Dallas. In Richardson, 75 Central Expressway southbound before Spring Valley, there was an accident. That's been cleared, but backup is still unwinding back to the George Bush. In Dallas, I-35 southbound after Colorado Boulevard, the two left lanes are closed due to a crash there. That has you backed up to Regal Row. Also in Dallas, the North Tollway southbound at 635, there's an accident, and that's blocking the right lane, and that backup has you locked up to Beltline Road. There's your look at traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Dan. 80 for the low tonight. More storms possible late this afternoon on into tomorrow. We should be in the mid-90s for the weekend. It's 93 now at Live 105.3.
That two-way.
Yes.
Yes, Gavin?
Yeah, this whole thing about dancing with cadavers got to be a bit, right? Because it's not happening.
According to Trey, it is. Let me turn your mic on. Why? What's the problem?
It can't. We have health regulations.
Why would a cadaver break some type of health code?
You're bringing you're bringing something that's dead into an office.
They have dead people in funeral homes, and they let people come in, look, and touch them, so it can't be obviously toxic.
Completely illegal.
Well,
no.
that's not what the people in this office building are saying.
Who said what?
I had like 4 people come up to me. That's not really happening. That's really not happening. I said, no, it's not happening.
Trey?
Oh, it's happening.
No, it's not.
If they call you, you call them.
They came down to my office.
No, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to Trey. Nosy.
Listener contacted me who has access to these things.
And the only deal is we can't say exactly where we got it.
Yes.
All right. We can keep it until 7?
Yes.
This is just creepy as hell.
No.
This is somebody's daughter or mom or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, if this person has access to them, and this is legal, yes? I mean, short of them bringing it up here.
Yeah.
They signed some type of release donating their body to science.
This ain't science.
This is not science.
It's a radio station.
Hang on a second.
What?
See if I can get out of this.
Okay.
She'd probably still be grateful to have some kind of social life.
There.
So you're doing this person a favor? This dead human?
One last hurrah.
Yeah.
No. This is crossing the line.
How's it crossing the line? We've had a dead body in the building before after Al Brumley died.
Yeah, and you got permission from the family.
Yeah, from Laura.
Exactly.
Don't need this person signed over their body.
For scientific research, not dancing.
It'll still happen. Just in the middle, there'll be a little tripping of the light. Fantastic.
No, we're not. I have to respect the employees' wishes on this.
And this building is also in an industrial district. We're surrounded by toxic fumes.
We don't have to add to it.
Line 3. Yes, Gregory.
I was just wanting to remind Gavin of how filthy that other studio is, and he's worried about dead bodies in the building.
Yeah, this entire building. Thank you, Greg. Very poignant. This building's a S-hole.
No, that's blown out of proportion.
No, it's not. When they pulled the filters out of the air conditioning system, they were black and green. Tell me that's good to breathe.
And that's fine. But we're talking about a dead body.
This body has been sanitized. According to Trey, it's gone through all the preparation that it needs.
You can spin this any way you want.
Is it going to have shoes on it?
Crossing the line.
Yeah, no shoes and a wig. And
why does it have a wig on?
Well, they have to shave their heads.
Cool.
Cool? Cool how?
Gavin, I don't get what the beef is. You don't have to dance with it.
You're bringing a dead
Her dance
body.
ticket's already full.
I ain't dancing with it either.
During the break, that's all we could talk about.
I know.
No. This is why I need you to take a CBS FCC test, because one of CBS's policies is not to offend other people within the building. Obviously, people have come to me.
That's got nothing to do with the FCC. That's more of an HR issue.
Right. It's HR.
I tell you what, you bring me something in the CBS handbook that says I can't dance with no dead body, and I'll throw this
Well,
pick.
they're not going to get into specifics. I think they make generalizations. The point
You
being,
show me in print where it says I can't dance with no dead body.
Well, I don't think that's in print.
All right?
But the point is that when 4 employees come to me and they say, I don't feel comfortable with what's going on, I have to stop it.
Who are these employees? Because Jack FM's not here anymore. If it's somebody from sales, it's 4 o'clock on a Friday. They won't be here.
And JD, you were in past management, so you know that I cannot disclose the names.
It's going to be after. It'll be at 5:30. The building's going to be closed.
It'll be totally empty up here.
It's not the point. They feel uncomfortable. A lot of people.
Yes, it is. If nobody's here, then you can't be offended if you're not here.
A lot of people work till after 5:30.
Nobody in this building works after 5:30. Nobody.
Not true.
I'd skate out if I didn't think somebody would notice.
Just tell them not to come down here from 5:30 to 7.
No.
There's not going to be... No what?
I can't allow this to happen.
I'm getting my corpse.
This was your idea, Gavin.
No, it was made as a joke. It was funny. I tried to think of something outrageous, thinking to myself, boy, this would never happen. So that's why I made it as outrageous as I could.
How'd that work out?
I didn't think it would become reality.
That's not a good area for you to venture into, especially with us.
Yeah, I now realize that.
5:30.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Then John can show us his dance moves from last week.
I'm not going to dance with a dead body. That's just gross. I need a dance instructor that can give me the moves and move and twirl and come into me and rock and dip.
Don't you have to lead?
Yeah, you lead, but
this will be the ultimate test.
She also gives you feedback. I'm not spin a dead body?
Well, you don't have to do the entire routine. It's radio. They're not going to see all of it.
I'm not going to dance with a dead body.
She's not going to fight you.
Lovely. Well, then I'll rape.
Everybody
back away from me. I was kidding.
I don't want JD touching the dead body.
I was kidding.
Yeah, if you can't be respectful.
I can't. Never mind. Respectful. Ever respectful, ever.
All right. Any more of those before we do news? 5? Yes, Tim.
Yeah, from what I understand, the violation of a dead body is a violation of the Texas Penal Code. You can go to jail for it. Ask Everett.
That's just a Class A misdemeanor.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, that's for abusive corpse. We're not technically going to abuse it. We're going to dance with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that covers this?
Yeah, you're fine.
As long as John stays away, there'll be no violation.
I wouldn't rape it. I was kidding. It's sick. I'm not going to dance with it. I don't want to touch it.
What, Dan?
I'm sorry, I was on the phone. You're going to do what to it?
I'm not going to rape it.
Why do you got to qualify it all of a sudden? Like Trey last week, we're talking about huffing spray paint, and Trey out of left field. I never bagged paint. Nobody was even talking to him.
Looking at you. I never did so. Yeah.
Or even earlier this week when you mentioned that the wombat
bumped ween heads with a cat one.
Boy, you got that one out of me.
Stop it. What, Dan?
I was going to throw out the other random thing he threw out this week. He just says, I didn't realize wombats are marsupials.
Track 18.
Yeah.
I forgot that altogether.
It has been quite queer of a week. What cut?
18.
Mr. Marks, that's the guy that did the study, says he hopes this study will solve the sloth-like image problem of the common wombat, making the furry marsupials the symbol of Australian male sexual fertility. Until next time, my little wombat lover. Yes. The noise I make?
I didn't know they were marsupials.
What do you care? Really, what difference does it make if they're marsupials?
Just a little fact I didn't know.
I can't focus now. I don't know they're marsupials.
What do marsupials do?
They carry their young in a pouch.
Oh, I didn't know they had pouches.
Yeah, that's what a marsupial is.
What do you care? Oh, that makes a big difference.
Got the pouch angle now.
All right. You ready for news, Dan?
Yeah, I'm set.
A little legal ID here? Okay. 358. KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan, Gavin, what was the FCC test you were talking about?
It's required by CBS Radio that from time to time we take tests. One on indecency, one on conduct within the workplace.
JD always takes those for me. You talking about the online training?
Yes.
Yeah, JD always takes those for me.
A lot of those have to do with FCC rules and regulations.
All right.
Is that the new one we got today? Because I got a new one in the email today. All right, I'll take it for you.
How long's the test?
Normally they take about 10, 15 minutes.
Is it hard?
No. It's a matter of doing it, and then you got to get...
What happens if you flunk?
They actually...
Can you get fired?
No, I don't know. I've never failed. They give you different things to read, and they say, in this case, A, B, C, whatever. It's just, it's brainless, and I think they only do it. So if by chance you screw up and you end up raping a corpse, they can go back and say, you've signed this thing, you would not do that.
Oh.
That way they have a reason to fire you. That would be just cause. And
is this something that's too long to take on the air?
Yes. That's boring. You wouldn't want to do it.
Oh, all right.
I'll forward it to you if you want to look at it during a break.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
Friday, June 20th, 2008. Birthdays today. Nicole Kidman turns 41. John Taylor from Duran Duran turns 48. Michael Anthony, formerly of Van Halen, turns 54. And John Goodman turns 56. Also, Lionel Richie, 59. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys turns 66. On Saturday, Joey Kramer from Aerosmith is 58. Meredith Baxter from Family Ties turns 61. Bernie Koppel from The Love Boat turns 75. And on Sunday, Carson Daly turns 35. Bruce Campbell, one of my favorite actors, Ash from the Evil Dead series, turns 50. Also from Bubba Hotep.
I haven't watched that in probably a year.
Yeah, I want to watch that over the weekend.
It's good stuff.
I've still never seen it.
Well, I got you a copy for Christmas.
Mm-mm.
All right, I'll get you another one.
Okay.
You can leave it in your car with your iPod. The iPod I gave him is sitting on the rear deck of his car.
Trey, it's safe here.
It's hot out there. And cars get broken into in this parking lot all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you not heard the story about on a couple of occasions, we've had to remove homeless people from the trailers in the back parking lot?
No, I had not.
Yeah. Razor wire only helps so much. They still know how to get through.
Yeah, they had a couple of people living in the trailers back there.
I'll start taking it in with me.
Didn't you do some fun songs back when he got his tunes stolen?
Yes, they were quite fun.
Play them.
Thank you for bringing it up.
I want to hear them.
No, he's got his iPod. There's no anguish that goes along with it.
That's early in the day.
Okay. Go ahead, Dan.
Also, in a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday, some random homeless person apparently got in the building.
Did you
and
hear
just
the
walking
story?
around.
No.
This is a true story.
How'd they get in the building?
I think
Well, I know the easiest way. You pull in the door.
I want to say it was pretty similar to that. I guess the Spittleville door on the side over here wasn't either completely closed or someone left it open when one of the weekend shows left. One of the board ops running the NASCAR race on a Saturday comes outside and just sees some random dude roaming the hallway.
Across the street at CW33, you can't even look at the parking lot without the security guard eyeing you. Over here, you can walk down the hall.
That's because we leave the doors propped open.
I know. Nobody's here to nobody cares.
Gavin, instead of worrying about dead people in the building, why don't we work on keeping The live one's out. Hello? He's not in his office, so where'd you go? Gavin.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Peeing.
All right, I'll wait till I hear the toilet flush.
Stand up. We want to talk to you.
What are you doing?
I'm back to my office. I just finished peeing.
Why don't you worry more about... I just found out about the homeless people wandering around in the building. Why wouldn't that be more of a concern than me bringing in a cadaver?
Last time a homeless person was in this building.
Dan, how long ago, Dan?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Saturday.
I knew nothing about this.
That's because we've got this rule of not locking doors, and we like to leave them propped open.
I don't disagree with that, and we're clamping down on it.
We've never clamped down on it.
I'm clamping down on it.
What are you going to do? We used to have signs on the door that said, don't prop them open for any reason, and somebody propped one of the doors open with the sign.
Everybody goes out and smokes and leaves the door open. I don't want to have to open it with my card.
I've come up on the weekends before, and the back door's propped open. I thought, all right, the promo kids are loading or unloading something. There's nobody around.
No, they leave. They prop it, they load, and they leave.
What's got to happen, Gavin, before we actually have some type of security? Why is it CW33 across the street? You got to check in, you got to sign in, you got to get a card. Somebody has to come up to greet you before you get in the building. They got a security guard that watches the lot nonstop. They've got gates all over their lot.
I don't disagree with you.
Well, what is it we need to do?
I don't know. Because the other building has good security, so.
Over at Fitzhugh?
Yeah.
They do have a door. They have a door.
Stop. Yeah. Can we get a door? And the front door where the Spittleville sign is, you can just tug on that one and it comes flying open. I really should stop saying that.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for giving away all our secrets.
What?
We don't have any secrets to give away.
Why don't we lock it? And how come is it we can't just have a security guard? 33 across the street has somebody out there 24 hours a day.
Walk in the parking lot, not just in the building. You can't even park in a parking lot without being checked out.
I don't know. That's more of a David Henry question.
All right. Well, we'll just wait till something happens.
Well, no, we don't want to spurn it on. We don't want to wait for something to happen. Hopefully it won't.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good security measure. We'll all sit here and hope. Seems to work.
Yeah, so far.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Dan.
You're right. Somebody's going to have to break in and steal something, or worse, before anything happens.
We can't be proactive about anything, and we've addressed this nonstop.
You have talked about it for over 2 years. We talked about having a security guard at least here from 3 to 7 2 years ago, and that never happened.
And then David Henry brought up, well, we have security cameras in the hall. Well, Danny, at least we can see how long it took them to steal all the crap out of the building.
Or burn the place down or whatever.
And aren't those technically your cameras?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't cover the entire building. It covers Gavin's office, a couple of 3 hallways. So, no, this building's never had any security. No. I should stop.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
All right. Also celebrating birthdays on Sunday, our friend Cyndi Lauper turns 55. Lindsay Wagner from The Bionic Woman turns 59. Meryl Streep turns 59 as well. Todd Rundgren, 60. And David Lander, Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley, turns 61. New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin is eating well, and apparently the taxpayers are picking up the check. Between September and January, the Times-Picayune says Nagin charged 70 meals totaling $6,628 to his city-issued credit card.
Over what period of time?
Between September and January.
About 4 months.
Yeah.
$6,000?
Just over 6,600.
Okay. How does Nagin address this?
Well, they're not clear if he's actually broken any city rules.
That's a lot of cash. $7,000 for 4 months is what's the word? Extravagant.
Yeah.
When you still have not an entire city, but a good portion of New Orleans is still in ruins.
Also, his aides on the same credit cards charged $150,000 over 6 months.
They say for what?
From September, let's see, most of it travel, hotel, meals, and at some of the city's finest restaurants. So they're saying, well, we're bringing people in, we're showing them what we're doing, and we have to entertain them while they're here. So they're having big dinners. One dinner alone was at Morton's Steakhouse was almost $4,000.
Why wouldn't you take that cash and do other things for New Orleans instead of just shoving it in your face?
Didn't he just come back from a trip from?
Yeah, you should have audio on you.
Oh yeah. Cut 56
is what?
Is
a little news clip about his latest trip. He and his staff
on whose flash drive?
Mine,
JD's.
Okay.
Mayor Ray Nagin and 6 staff members are now back from a 10-day business trip to South Africa. The mayor says the trip was a trade mission to 3 South African cities, Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town.
You holding this guy's face underwater?
No.
In the sink?
No, it's not.
Is it a fish?
No, it's not a fish.
Nagin released this statement about the trip, saying it is important to continue to...
It's making me dizzy.
I'm sorry. That swirling noise in it.
Tell the story of our recovery around the world as we work to increase visitors and business.
He in the tub?
No, he's still no. He's just in a room.
Business and develop international partnerships. Now, this was Nagin's second overseas business trip of the year, paid for by the city.
So he's going overseas, going over there telling people, look what we've done. We're improving. Why do you have to go to Africa to tell people this? Why you got to go on the city tab?
And what is it actually you're pointing back to New Orleans? I mean,
it's a mess.
What is it, the French Quarter?
Yeah.
That's been rebuilt.
Yes.
All right.
Reopened.
It's the rest of the city that's still in ruins.
The Ninth Ward and everything is still a mess.
Well, what is he pointing at? Sort of, obviously... I get the fact you're trying to give people the impression that New Orleans has been rebuilt in the French Quarter, and what's the other area?
I think I know it's the Ninth Ward.
Okay, whatever. Your tourist attractions, those have been rebuilt, but you still have cars and houses that are still in ruins from Katrina almost 3 years ago?
Yep. You can do that in a variety of ways. Taking people to $4,000 dinners at Morton's is not.
What is it, Dave?
I did the math. It's $94.25 per meal. So a dinner for 2 at Rick Stein's is going to be more than $94.
Why do you
That's
have
not
to?
that excessive.
Well, it's still almost $7,000 in 4 months. When you've got a city, a good deal of New Orleans that's living in poverty. That doesn't have some type of stench to it.
But their poverty existed before Katrina. So I mean, look at what the mayor of the city of Dallas spends. I mean, it's just as much.
How do you know what Mayor Leopard spends?
Freedom of Information Act.
All right. What does he spend?
Don't have the figures in front of me.
You never do. What is it, Trey?
Well, he's taking his wife to lunches, the anniversary dinner.
Ray Nagin?
Yeah. Buying expensive bottles of wine. Yeah.
His personal things.
All on his city credit card.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll get Mayor Leopard on and see what he spent. I think is he in a mayor's convention?
Yes.
Florida?
I believe so, yeah.
I'll hunt him down. How we doing, Chloe?
Need a break.
Now?
Yes.
All right. Do you have anything good to go into the break with? Any monkey stories? What about that, the new thing the Japanese are looking at online?
Yeah, they don't want to.
Oh, what are they doing?
What is it about them and their sexuality that everything has to be beyond? You can't just have a chick wear a bukkake collar. You got to have 12 guys fill it up.
They're looking for different ways of having porn, different ways of having sex. They're very creative.
I think they're very repressed, too, and so it comes out in weird ways.
All right.
Well, then they're really weird on this one because for some ungodly reason, the market for elderly porn in Japan has doubled in the past decade. And they think there could be 2 reasons for that. Number 1, people are fascinated by their grotesque display of the gray hairs having sex, and they think old people can teach young people about sexual enlightenment. And number 2, about 2,000 new Japanese porn videos come out every month, and they all show the same thing, which apparently gets boring. So there aren't many old people in adult videos, so the mature porn sustain long-term popularity.
Nasty.
The most famous man in elderly porn is 74-year-old Shigeo Tokuda. He starred in over 350 films over the past 14 years, and his wife and daughter still don't even know about it.
It's sizzling.
No sizzling.
Shigeo Tokuda.
Oh, anytime, man. If I click on one and you got a really hot chick and it ends up with some old man on her, I can't watch that.
Why? How bad you need the cash? You got to let your pawpaw climb on you.
I guess that's a fantasy for some people because there's more than just one of them out there.
Yeah, on some of the...
it's old men on really hot young chicks. You're right. How bad you need cash?
Some of the websites are... and when they say teen, almost positive they mean 18.
They do.
Like Teenberg.
Right.
Something like that. You see all these hot chicks, and all of a sudden, as you're scrolling through the thumbs, there's Pawpaw on top of one of them.
Old fat gut, no hair, gray pubes.
What's going to sell me on that website?
Maybe your
thumbnail turned me off.
It's the fantasy that old men can still get young chicks. That's the only thing I can figure.
But this is also old ladies, too. I've seen some young guys, and this is beyond MILFs. These are meemaws with young kids.
Don't send me any of those links. You'd like to send me the fat midgets screwing. Don't send me no old people. Don't.
I found one today. Some guy was screwing a chick with no arms or legs.
Oh my God.
She had one hairy clam. Well, I guess you can't shave it. I didn't think about that.
I'd love to shave, but no arms.
What's the matter, Dan? You're sick. I didn't look for it. It's just on one of the sites, and it's one of the thumbs. I don't click on it.
Well, if that's one of the thumbs, then there's going to be some other weird stuff on there as well that you're looking for. Because that's not one that just pops up on a normal site.
From time to time, they do.
They do, yeah. I've seen some of the sites I go to.
Don't argue with me about online porn.
No, I'm not going to argue.
You're going to lose this battle.
Believe me, I know it.
You've got some old chicks. I saw one of them pulling a train.
Oh, like an old meemaw.
Looked like she was 70s.
See, I don't understand that at all. Old guys, I get it, because old guys can then look at that and go, oh, no, please.
My lovely G-MILF. A woman with 70 years of sexual experience. There are wonders of the flesh you could show me. It reminds me of my childhood. As I sit here and pet on your Sharpay-like skin. Oh, yes, you taunt me as you sit across the sofa with your vagina neatly tucked into your slippers. Your stretched out breasts call to me as they slither to the ground like two meaty snakes that have been hit by the UPS truck.
Nasty.
All right. Break here. As you follow me to the bedroom, the revving of your rascal.
Is it beckoning you?
And the sloshing of your colostomy bag arouses my loins. Your smile is so embracing, even as it sits next to us in a glass. Good broadcasting tells me I should stop here. The aroma of your aged flesh resurges my memories of the hot, humid summers when I shared an apartment with a dead catfish. All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
You know, the guys with the website that put the songs, they don't really put it to music. They just syncopate it. What would you call it, Chuck? No.
Sample.
Yeah. The fart clops guys.
Oh, yeah, okay. They kind of make a song out of the farts.
Yeah.
What's a fart clops guy?
I think you've heard those, haven't you?
I've never heard that name. Maybe I've heard what they do, but I don't know them by that moniker.
He sent me an email, said, I just got this one done. Let me know if you play it. I'd like to hear its world premiere.
They're so happy and peppy when you get these.
I don't even think they have a regular website. I think it's on MySpace.
Oh, okay. So they just put it up on there.
I think it's MySpace/fartclops.
Fart clops. Okay.
I just always Google it. Did you want to hear this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
World premiere.
Yeah.
It's big.
Huge.
Well, it's Friday.
Some music to lead into it.
Spit Dr. Pepper out of my nose.
You ready?
Yes. Oh, start slow.
Is this a ballad?
It's a waltz.
Talking about the world premiere. You want to get an Impala with hydraulics on the front, don't it?
Yeah. Nothing.
Hang on a second. Let me get to the hook line. I don't even know if they sell this stuff because you go to the MySpace page. I think you just download
could sell
5 or 6 different cuts.
I should sell this. People would buy it.
You mean this doesn't cost?
Everybody in there's bobbing her head.
Yeah.
I have to get a subwoofer and go cruise on Forest Lane with this.
What the hell radio station you got on?
Let me jump to the NC Hut. Finish it. Well, they always do.
I jumped. It scared me.
They actually, I pulled up, they actually do have a regular website, just fartclops.com, and they do sell their CD for, let's see, $7.
Say how many cuts on it?
No.
Well, I've heard at least 6 or 7 different, so I'm sure it's at least that many.
I'm telling you, the songs that you and Chuck did that time, those are so funny. Those would sell for charity. If you did it for charity, obviously you're going to get around the copyright deal.
You still have the farts loaded on your keyboard?
Oh, yeah.
Load them up. Maybe we'll go into the next break with a little ditty.
Literally.
Anything from the week in review before we start news?
Yeah, we play number 6. And to preface this, Everett, Craig Ludwig was here this week, and he is big on this new berry, the acai berry. It's in a drink, and it's supposed to do all sorts of good things for you.
Okay, so it's some kind of supplement or something.
It comes from the Amazon.
Are you still taking yours?
Yes.
And you're getting something out of it? Mm-hmm. Because I haven't noticed anything. Ludwig came in. He wasn't even here to talk to us. Came in during a break, and he was nonstop about that. I walked over to get some aspirin for my headache, and I was about to take it. He said, "What are you taking?" I went, "Advil."
Yeah.
And then he brought up the acai berry. 30 seconds, he's going on. What, do you have any? No. I got a headache now.
So what is it supposed to do?
Name it.
It's too many things. In fact, if you look at some of the literature, they oversell it.
I see.
Because it covers sleep disorders,
erectile dysfunction.
I think allergies. Ludwig said he was from playing hockey for so many years. He had back problems. He doesn't have that anymore, and it was
joints, cholesterol, you name it.
Wow.
Had he just thrown out a couple of things?
Yeah, just made my joints feel better. I sleep better.
Right.
That would have been enough. But you look online with some of the companies that are selling the acai mixes, and it's nonstop, short of soaking a dead person in it. Everything else, it sounds like the old elixirs that they sold back in the Old West.
Right.
The old almost too good to be true.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, is that enough? For the
I think so, yeah.
All right. I can't remember when you walked in on the conversation, Dan. Did he say it was worked well for leaning?
I did not hear that. I have not heard that.
Well, it says it has amino acid in it, right?
Yeah, it's an almost perfect essential amino acid complex.
So the omega-3, is that what you get from fish?
Yes.
All right, I eat enough fish, but I don't eat no acai berry.
No. This may be new. Maybe something great. Why is everything that comes out, why has it got to be in Africa or someplace? It can never be like, we grow this no lawn. It's never.
Why is it so fantastic? What's the matter, John?
Nothing. I forgot about this. Why are you playing this? Why do you do this to me? I was trying to make a point. It just came out wrong.
Were you here when he said it, Chuck? Oh. Don't have nothing in your mouth. To you that fantastic things could come from Africa.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying every time we get something fantastic like some berry.
Nothing good could come from Africa. Is that what you're saying?
No, great things come from Africa.
Well, why are you always surprised when it happens?
I'm just saying it's odd that it's always some foreign country. I'm not saying anything about Africa specifically. I don't know anything what has come from Africa that's wonderful? Oh, no. I was trying to a point, which is, I mean.
You can't think of one of their exports.
I was thinking about food products, things like that.
That's some sick crap.
No. That's what I was talking about. It's always some odd country where these miracles come from.
Ludwig said give it about a week and you'd start to see the benefits. Trey claims he got something after a couple of days. It's when we start, Tuesday night?
Yes.
All right.
Trey has more bone issues than you do. Maybe that's why.
I haven't really seen anything. He said it helps you recover from workouts better. It's supposed to your sounder sleep. It really was. It sounded like it was just the elixir with absolutely no benefits to it. Yeah, but he's on it. He said he's got some of the Dallas Stars on it. He's got investors.
And Luddy, he's never excited about anything.
Right.
And he was just bubbling, man. He was just, he looked better.
Well, hang on a second. There's a clip on here. Dan just told me Trey makes a comment about Ludwig. Which cut is it, Dan?
Hang on, I'm trying to find it.
13.
Yes, that's it. 13.
Thanks, Trey. He just looks happier. And I know this sounds like an infomercial. He only got one plug-in. So,
well, you can get a website or anything. No.
No, he's
different.
He's more docile.
But I hate to say this because it sounds queer, but he has like a glow about him. I mean, he's just happy.
I'm glad you said that. He's radiant.
All right, anything else before we start news?
Hey, go to 27 then if you can go that route.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty guys, all they have to do is be that.
So don't give me crap about talking about Amber and you not going together. You agree with me. You're on my side on this one. You two don't match. You just said it.
I never said I was ugly.
I never said you were ugly.
Yes, you just did.
I just said you're not.
You don't think I'm pretty?
I'm going to go with Dan. Sound bunch.
So from time to time, a guy would like to hear that. I believe I've been taken for granted.
I think you're pretty.
Thank you.
All right, that's just beyond soundbite.
All right, let me play one.
Amber came in, and of course, Russ put the charm on her.
I see.
I forgot when we had her in the studio.
She brought you a cake.
Oh, that's right.
And we decided that she must have. There's somewhere on there that.
Well, hang on.
Review.
7. All right, then we'll move on.
Okay.
This one came out of Chloe.
I know.
How long's it been since she broke up with her boyfriend?
Oh, 3-4 months ago.
It's a little string bikini. A little perfect can sticking out all sides of it. We're looking at her MySpace page, Everett.
Oh, okay.
Hugging Fabio. Little perfect porcelain face.
Yep.
Perfect teeth. Big chest.
There'd be something wrong with her.
I'm talking about him.
Oh.
Something wrong with her?
There's got to be. There's something wrong with every chick.
Like what?
I don't know what would be wrong with her. Just something.
What, Chloe?
Maybe she's got an extra lip.
And if you're done with this, we'll move on. Otherwise, you must play 10. Because then she was going to bring the cake in for us.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Jack FM left the building. They got him a cake.
I see.
Then they got us a cake for staying.
Excellent.
All right. This is the last one.
All right.
This is related to the...
little third lip. I hate to gush, but she's one of those chicks, when you turn the corner and she's walking down the hall, you just go, somehow I didn't breathe as well. No.
All right, I just emailed her. Where's my damn cake?
All right.
Bring it down here and don't third lip it. John, you're feeling laughing. I want to hear that again just for JD.
Yeah. I hate to gush, but she's one of those chicks, when you turn the corner and she's walking down the hall, you just go, somehow I didn't breathe as well. No.
All right, I just emailed her. Where's my damn cake?
All right.
Bring it down here and don't third lip it. John, you're feeling more laughing.
I couldn't breathe.
We have time for news?
Yeah.
Ready, Dan? It's amazing how many different things happen throughout the week that you got no recollection of.
I know.
It's almost like listening to somebody else's show on Fridays.
This is kind of fun.
Oh, God, is this on satellite? Will we have to pay for this?
Don't lip it.
What?
Don't lip it.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
All right. A pact made by a group of teens to get pregnant and raise their babies together is at least partly behind a sudden spike in pregnancies at Gloucester High School in Gloucester, Massachusetts. Principal Joseph Sullivan told Time magazine in a story published Wednesday that the girls confessed to making the pact after the school began investigating a rise in pregnancies that have left 17 girls at the school carrying a child.
17 girls in this group decided they were all and did they actually all get knocked out?
Yes.
Yeah. And normally there are about 4 pregnancies a year at the school. Sullivan told Time that nearly half of the expecting students, none over 16, were involved. Some of the girls reacted to the news they were pregnant with high fives and plans for baby showers. One of the fathers is a 24-year-old homeless guy.
They were just screwing anything. Anybody that moves, they all want to get pregnant at the same time just so they can have a little group.
Was this a herd of chicks?
Yeah.
Was it a bunch of ugly... No?
No.
Some hot ones.
I won't say smoking hot, but, I mean,
Doable.
good looking.
Yeah, doable.
And their justification for this is what?
They wanted to do it all
because
together.
there's not going to be anybody to help raise those kids.
They didn't think that through. They didn't think any of this. One of them had sex with a homeless guy. They weren't even having boyfriends. They don't care. They all wanted to have a little group.
And it doesn't go on in the story where they use their own justification of, here's why we did it, here's the way that we're going to get the cash to raise these 17 babies.
I don't think any of that through. Absolutely not.
Well, and there were girls that didn't get pregnant.
Well, there had to be a reason why they decided we're going to have this pact that we're going to have babies together.
They thought it would be, the only thing you can glean out of this, they thought it would be cool for all of them to do it together and raise their babies together. They didn't think about, food and diapers and the fact that you're damaged goods at this point.
What is it, Everett?
Well, there were girls apparently that didn't get pregnant that went to the nurse at the school, and when they found out that they weren't pregnant, they were visibly disappointed.
Yeah, they would get.
So it was more than 17 girls in this group, right?
That tried, yeah.
And they basically said a lot of them, this is just a northern fishing town, so they really don't. They have no aspirations.
Learn to play Scrabble.
So they all want to just get started and all have kids together.
Get a slip and slide. Sit and spin. Don't do it on a homeless guy.
It's retarded.
It's just saddest story.
There have to be other things to do in that town than to get knocked up and raise a baby.
They just all want to be together and do this one thing they could all do. And they'd screw anybody that had one.
Now, are they going to go back and look for this homeless guy that's 24? Because that's statutory rape, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
16?
It should be.
I imagine if they could find him, they'll pursue. But it's just, the whole story is just sick.
How we doing, Chloe?
Breaking 4.
Go ahead, Dan. What is line 3?
She has something about that school where these girls attend.
Yes, Jacqueline.
I heard that story yesterday, and they also said that school has a free on-site child care facility for teen mothers to take their children to while they go to class.
So they can stay in school. They got somebody to watch their kids, but after they graduate, they're screwed. Did you hear any more of the story than what we talked about? Because I'm still missing a piece of this.
No, I'm 26, and I have a 9-month-old, and they have no idea what they've just gotten themselves into. It's hard when you've got help, let alone when you've got to finish school and...
Well, I understand small towns and families stay there because that's your only perspective in life. But to bring kids into this, you can't find anything else. Play mystery date. And don't do it with a homeless guy. No. Thanks, Jacqueline. All right, go ahead, Dan.
All right, we have audio that goes along with this as well. We were telling you about an Atlanta suburb that's now slapping a fuel surcharge on speeding tickets.
I heard on KLLI that Dallas may be next on this one.
That's what the story's about.
Oh, is it?
59 is Angela Hunt of the Dallas City Council, talking about speeding tickets and possibly adding.
Is that all the setup it needs?
Yeah, you got it.
You look mad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have the cue sheet in front of me, Dan. I apologize.
Oh, and this is... that's true. This is just a dead tree in my hand.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
If we're getting additional revenues, we have to make sure they're actually getting to the right place, which is to our police department. But yeah, I'd be very interested in learning more about that.
This is just jacked up. Take the money that you're already taking out of my pocket for those tickets, give it to the cops.
That money's already budgeted.
Then why do I got to pay more?
Because it costs more for them to be on the road now with gas prices.
Not my fault. They're going to be out there anyway. Why am I having to pay extra to keep gas in the police cars?
Well, and that's a third fine, not a second one, because there are traffic tickets now that if you're convicted on, not only do you have to pay the fine at the municipal court, but there's a surcharge with DPS that kicks in. So you're talking about triple fines, essentially, for people that get traffic tickets.
These are already in place?
Yeah, the two are...
Oh, well, hang on, slow down. I get a ticket in Dallas. Let's say, what'd you say speeding tickets ran, John?
They run about $200, $225.
Is that about right, Everett?
Yeah, it depends.
All right, let's say it's $200. And then what other fees go along with that now?
Well, speeding tickets don't have surcharges attached to them, but driver's license tickets, insurance tickets, insurance is the worst. If you get an insurance ticket and you're convicted, you're on the hook for a surcharge in the amount of $750 that you can pay over a period of 3 years. So you're talking about a fine, maybe $300 or so at the municipal court.
Then hold on, if you don't have insurance.
Correct.
I thought now in Dallas, don't they take your vehicle?
Well, they can, but they also cite you. You have to, potentially pay the ticket. Then the conviction gets sent to DPS in Austin, who then imposes the surcharge. And if you don't pay the surcharge, you can't renew your license. And now we're talking about a fuel surcharge on top of that. So you're going to penalize them 3 different ways on one ticket.
Well, you're not supposed to be on the road without insurance.
Well, I know, but, why not give them 8 fines while we're at it? I mean, it's ridiculous at some point.
Well, you don't think there should be a penalty for people on the road that have absolutely no responsibility? Couldn't care less that they could wipe out an entire family, and I'm not going to have to pay anything because I got nothing.
I don't think there should be 3 penalties. I think there should be 1.
Well, what if they just lumped it all together? Would that make you feel better?
Well, no. I mean, I think it's just a way for the city and for the state to generate revenue rather than...
If you had insurance, you wouldn't get the ticket.
Well, no, you're exactly right. And I'm not opposed to people being punished for breaking the law. If, a fine is imposed at the municipal court level...
You don't seem to like any type of punishment.
Well, punishment's fine, but to punish somebody 3 different ways for a traffic ticket's absurd.
Well, this is for no insurance.
Well, yeah.
All right. You knew before you left the house you didn't have it.
Okay. Then you should be punished potentially in court, which is how it's been forever until, I think, 2003 is when the surcharge at DPS kicked in.
Well, hold on. Is this based on the ticket or is it based on a conviction of the ticket?
It's based on a conviction.
All right. So you still go to court?
Well, sometimes, not always. There are people that actually get arrested and, the judge says, well, I'll give you your back time. I'll give you time served and you won't have to pay the fine on the ticket. And people not knowing the law, not knowing that a surcharge is in place, say, sure, take the conviction and then end up with a $750 surcharge and now potentially an additional surcharge.
Get insurance.
Well, you're right. I mean, and again, I'm not saying...
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished. I'm just saying
they shouldn't be. Law enforcement?
They shouldn't be punished 3 times. Well, that's like getting convicted of a crime and having to serve 3 different sentences.
Get insurance.
Well, I'm not saying they shouldn't get insurance. We agree on that.
I realize that's overtly naive, but really that's what you should do.
I agree. I completely agree. You should get insurance. But if
they got stopped for no insurance, they were probably... Or if they got a ticket for that, they were probably doing something else.
Well, you're presuming more than you know when you say that. I mean, you may be right. And
how are they going to know if I don't have insurance just by sitting behind me?
Well, no, you're right. I mean, and even if that's true, should you be punished 3 times for every traffic ticket you get?
If you don't have insurance, don't have a heavy foot.
Well, then, how many different fines should you pay? 6, 20?
35.
You got me.
Yeah, and you say that, Russ, because every time you get stopped, you will get let off.
I never asked for it. I never flaunt who I am.
I didn't say you did.
I don't have a media badge hanging from my windshield that says Russ Martin Show CBS on it with their picture so the cops can see it and start asking you about it.
I have that in there for identification. I'm the news director of this place, and I have to be able to go to...
What was the last thing you covered? Other than Dupes Fest.
That was the last one.
All right. Break here.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Traffic? No, that's Dallas Mayor Tom Leppert for you.
Oh. Mayor Leppert?
How are you today?
How's your mayoral convention?
No, I think it's going well. Clearly an awful lot of issues and some of the same issues being talked about that we're working on in Dallas.
How long are you there?
I'm just going to be here today and tomorrow, although the conference does go through Monday.
What are some of the things you guys are covering? How is the city of Dallas going to deal with the rising fuel cost? Have you guys talked about, I don't know if you talked about this or not yet, adding a surcharge to speeding tickets?
We haven't talked about that one yet. That's an issue that you're seeing reacted to all across the country. We expect next year in the budget, fuel price will be up over 20%, so they'll be up a big number. We have not taken some of the drastic actions, I think for good reason. Some of the cities are. Some of the other cities are pulling patrol cars off the streets and those sorts of things, and I don't think we need to be in that position. We surely don't want to be in that position.
Well, and if the money's obviously got to come from someplace, realism has got to kick in at a certain point. I would rather, instead of raising taxes, have the people pay for it they're the reason that the cops are out there. Speeders, people driving with no insurance, whatever. Why not slap them with it?
I think it's a fair point, but I think what we're trying to do is, again, not to increase taxes and try to balance it like anything else. I think, all of your listeners are having to balance these things too and make trade-offs in here and there, and the city needs to do the same thing as every business in the city of Dallas does. We're trying to work through it and trying to identify where the options are and, most importantly, set priorities.
How long has it been now since I got you in office?
You've been in office now about a year, so.
I didn't realize it'd been that long. So far, has this been the biggest problem that you've had to deal with as mayor, is the rising fuel costs? Because I can't think of anything else that you could have really planned on.
That'd probably be number 2. The potholes in front of your place would be number 1.
Well, that one's been filled in, but luckily you guys started a new project about a quarter of a mile down the road.
And that one will probably spread too, so.
Well, that's good. I was starting to feel ignored.
We don't want to feel left out.
So that number 2, the fuel cost is the biggest thing?
Yeah, I think... I think in the short term it's going to be the budget. I mean, the fuel costs are one piece of it, but there's a lot of other pieces.
Well, but you have city vehicles, not just the police and fire. You've got daily city vehicles that are out there all the time that also go into the budget.
Right, and those we are trying to limit the amount of driving when you can. Some of them are going out and providing services and that, but when we can take kind of the discretionary driving out, we're certainly trying to do that. When you got $130 a barrel of oil and when you got $4 plus at gasoline, those are things you need to do, but we're trying to not limit the sort of things that are the crucial services, fire, police, et cetera.
Right. And I don't mind if I get a speeding ticket, if you've got to tack on an extra $10 to be able to keep all the squad cars on the road. What is it, John?
Yeah, you don't mind if they tag it on because you never pay them. You never get tickets. They let you off.
I never asked for that.
No, you don't ask for it. That's why it's so easy for you to go, I don't mind if you tag it on.
If you're using this...
You don't get speeding tickets either, though, do you?
Me? No, JD. Yeah, JD does get them. And then he waits till he gets on the air to bag on the cop. He doesn't do it right there on the street like a big man. He waits till he gets on the air.
Don't bag on the cops. You made that up.
What about that Southlake cop?
I didn't bag on him. I just told you he was short.
You said he was too short to see your media badge hanging off your...
and that pissed me off.
Anything over the past year that's really been a surprise that you didn't count on as being mayor?
I don't think there's really been a lot of surprises. I think, the issues we knew were going to be there are there. We've got to make sure that we increase the number of officers, that we hit the public safety. We've got to improve education, and I think we've made some inroads on that, but that's a long ways to go. Clearly on the economic development, I think we're making some progress. The Convention Center Hotel is a key part of that, as is the Trinity. Both of those are moving forward, so I'm glad to see the progress being made there. We've done, I think, some good things on the environmental side. So I think, a lot of the issues that we talked about are ones that we've made some good progress on. And I think there's a good sense of enthusiasm, excitement around the city now, kind of a belief that maybe some things can get done after all.
Hold on. What is it, Trey?
Oh, no. Why the push now to make bars and whatnot non-smoking?
But that's going to come up as we get into the August-September timeframe. I think there is clearly, from what I can gather, an awful lot of people and a high proportion of the population that's interested in moving forward with continuing the smoking ordinance and tightening up in some places. I think when we started out with one years back, it was one of the more stringent ones. It clearly is not. I mean, versus Houston versus other cities now. And I think there's a real demand for it.
Well, here's
the impression I'm getting.
Here's my angle. I'm a non-smoker, but if I go to a bar, I know that there's going to be smoke in there. And if that business spent the time and the money and got the investors and took the chance of opening up a restaurant, bar, whatever,
the rules,
and then the city changes the rules on them, I think that's a penalty that they didn't count on.
Well, the other thing we got to keep in mind is there's some people in there, like employees, that probably don't get the choice of do they go in or do they not go in. They've got jobs, so it's a lot of same issues that you've got when the city works on safety issues in other areas too.
Do you get twisted every time you see on the news the new Cowboy Stadium and how close it is to being done? I think Arlington only owes another $40 million, and it's paid off. Yeah.
It would have been nice to see that within the Dallas city limits, but it's not going to be, so we make it work. Super Bowl is going to come in 2011. I think there'll be a lot of the venues there that'll be in Dallas, so we're still going to make the best we can of it. And we're real fortunate. We're pushing forward on the Arts District. That's going to be terrific. The Convention Center Hotel is going to be an important part. It's going to bring up the economy.
What are the changes for the Cotton Bowl that are planned?
Those are about done. Those really came in the bond program back in 2006, so those are for the most part done. They'll be reflected in the Texas OU game that comes up in October. It was to expand the stadium and just try to bring it a little bit forward. Still some challenges on that. We're trying to bring in some games to the Cotton Bowl and do it around the State Fair.
Have you heard from Laura Miller since you've been in office?
I haven't visited with her a lot, no.
That's good.
Keep it that way.
I don't like you talking to her.
Might rub off.
Anybody want to ask anything else before I let him go? Hold on.
Gavin's into it.
Mayor Leopard, hold on just a second.
What's the deal?
What is it, Gavin?
Ask him about the Oaklawn project.
I'm not asking him about that.
Yeah, when's the road going to be finished between Oaklawn between Maple and Set 35?
Hopefully soon.
First of all, I don't live anywhere near there, so I couldn't care less.
And if nothing else, before you get me on the phone again.
Both Trey and Gavin live in that area, and they bitch about that nonstop. I said, move. You saw the construction when you moved in. You know, city of Dallas. I lived here when the Central Expressway was being expanded 1 inch at a time. I know nothing moves. It's all at the speed of dirt.
Well, you know, I got to jump in on that one. I think you're starting to see a lot of things around the city that move a lot quicker. You know, major things like Trinity Convention Center Hotel, those are projects people didn't think would ever get going. They are going now.
You just sidestepped this one, didn't you?
A lot of you remember that we had the situation of that 12-year-old girl that was dancing in one of the clubs.
Yeah.
That was resolved from the point that it came across my desk to the point that we had ordinances that made it some of the most stringent in the nation. That was 3 weeks. So
I still miss that one. How could anybody underage be in a bar anyway? Remove the fact that she was dancing.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been, and if it happens now, the chief of police can go in and close the place. And so that's some of the most stringent in the nation. That literally, from the time it came on my desk to the time that we had it passed, was 3 weeks. And I think you're seeing that more and more on some things. And I hope there's a feeling on the council and people are seeing it in the community that the council move forward. If there's issues, we're going to deal with it.
You don't hear the arguing. You don't hear the bickering that we used to have with, and I'm not putting it all on Laura Miller, but it was her era. But things just seem to be running smoother.
You taking credit for that?
I think that's a team effort. I think everybody's working on that.
Well, it's pretty much the same team. You just changed mayors.
Well, we've got some new people, but it is a team effort.
All right,
everybody's working hard.
You won't say it. I will. People like you. I like you. I wouldn't have gotten you in office. And as far as the Oaklawn project, you take as much time as you deem necessary.
I'll be out there with a shovel on Sunday.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, for the time.
Hey, it's always good being with you, Russ. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Leopard.
It's been a big week. We had the Chief Kunkel on the other day. By the way, in Week in Review, it's very short if you want to hear it. Russ has an idea, cut number 30. Russ had an idea that he wanted to pass by Chief Kunkel before he got off the phone.
God, no.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the bait car?
Yes.
That would work.
It wouldn't work.
On this clip, I don't actually explain what it is.
You don't know, so you can do it afterwards.
All right.
But we've had a nice interview, just like we do with Mayor Leopard. Right. And it's all over, and we're getting ready to say goodbye, and then Russ has to do this.
I haven't talked to you since this happened, so our condolences over Senior Corporal Lozada.
Well, yeah, thank you, Russ. And we appreciate, and all the officers do, that, as I said earlier, that even in the worst times for this department and other departments, you're the one voice that always supports the officers, and I appreciate it a great deal.
You're more than welcome. And I have an idea how to straighten up the bait car program.
Russell, don't, please.
No. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Right in the puss. Kunkel knows you. Yeah. He can tell by our reaction, this was not going to go well.
There's nothing wrong with that plan. I should have told Mayor Leopard while he was on the phone.
Tell Everett.
Just take a home on the back seat.
What?
So when a guy gets in there to hotwire the car, he blows him till the cops get there.
I can't imagine why Chief Kunkel didn't want to hear your idea.
It's called a bait car.
He's thinking, this is a guy that wanted to put piranhas in the Rio Grande.
Yes, exactly.
And they have cameras inside the car, so you get video of it. You put it on the internet. You charge for people to look at that. And you supplement the city's income.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm putting gay guys in bait cars. And blowing criminals. Not.
I know you guys would like to think that this is absolutely absurd, but when you really break it down to its base level,
it's still absurd.
No, it would actually work.
And it gets them ready for prison.
Shut up, Everett.
How are we doing, Club?
We're cool.
All right.
We really still have a cadaver coming?
Yeah.
Jesus. as the time gets closer, I get creepier. It just gets creepier.
You don't have to look at it.
Well, yeah, it's going to be here. You want me to dance with it?
Oh, that's right. You have to look at it.
What dance will you be doing? A
I'm
bossa
not
nova?
dancing with a dead person.
Do a ballroom dance. Don't do anything disrespectful.
Bringing somebody's daughter or mom up here and making me dance with it. That's very disrespectful.
I'm with Russ. Something elegant.
No salsa.
I don't.
No dirty dancing.
How about no dancing at all?
And you're sure we got this coming?
Mm-hmm.
This is wigging me out.
Yes. When it finally gets here, it's going to be ooky.
But they said it's been cleaned up.
It's still dead. It's still human.
What is it, Gavin?
We're not doing it.
Gavin, you can't keep live people out of this building. I don't think the dead one's going to have an issue getting in. We got homeless people wandering into the building on the weekends.
We all agree it's not in the best interest of the radio station to do this.
Who's we?
You guys all think it's creepy. It's not good.
It's groundbreaking.
We don't know that this dead person coming in has been completely sanitized.
Trey?
It's been completely sanitized.
It's clean.
Well, thanks. That's proof right there. No, we don't have
I tell you what, you're welcome to examine it and check it over before we bring it in.
I don't have the authority to do that. I don't have the expertise.
Well, then stop talking about things you don't know. This is coming from, I can't say, but it's coming from somebody that they know that this body's been prepped in the proper fashion.
All that doesn't matter because people are offended by this and they don't want it in the building.
Gavin, nobody's in the building anyway. Sales clear it out after 3 o'clock. Who's going to complain about it?
I see people walking around all the time.
Debbie Henry in HR is going to leave at 5:30. She always leaves before the anything that she likes to stay ignorant. So we're covered. Okay. Thank you.
No.
Don't look at it. Don't dance with it when it comes in. And when you see the fun that we're having, don't come in and try and ask later.
I don't want you to do it.
Yeah, you can't cut in.
Yeah, he'll come running in here with his shirt off.
All right. Dan, what was the guy on line 4 that sat there for 15 minutes?
He was saying that he's one of those people that doesn't have enough money to pay for his car insurance.
And that's justification not to have it.
In his mind, it would seem so. And, of course, he started out by saying that you, Russ, would have no problem as far as, people's vehicles being towed because you can obviously afford your insurance. So that makes you a bad guy.
I haven't always had cash, and I could afford insurance. In fact, when I was 20, I sold a car because I couldn't afford the insurance, and I knew I needed to have it.
And I remember in my early 20s, I was paying... Oh, God, it was over $300 a month for car insurance. So, and I was making like $7.50 an hour.
Why were you paying $300?
I had some, I think I had one wreck on there, plus I had a policy drop. After.
So what? It wasn't the car you're driving. That's the reason I was bought one of the Datsuns, the 280Z.
280Z, yeah.
Had one of those. It was $145 a month. I was 20, making maybe $13,000 a year. I had to sell it.
Yeah.
And I bought something cheaper.
And mine at the time was an SUV, and that was when insurance companies started raising rates on SUVs. Plus, it was after all the bad spring storms we had, and that car had like a $5,000. All
right, I get why you're paying $300 a month. I got that.
Right, yeah.
Finish.
And I paid it, so don't give me that crap about you can't.
Well, I don't understand why anybody would drive with that. Okay, you think you can't afford insurance. You hit somebody, and what can you afford then? What's that going to cost you in court costs? Or, God forbid, you put somebody in the hospital.
People don't think that far ahead, though. They figure it's a financial thing.
I understand it's a daily decision that you make. I got to do this, otherwise I'm going to lose everything else. But you're also the potential liability you've got is going to be beyond your comprehension if you wipe out a family, a bus, or whatever else.
Somebody and put them in the hospital. I mean, when I ran into this guy, that cost the insurance company just under $10,000 to put his car back together and his medical and all that.
He just knocked his bumper off.
I know. That's what they told me, though. The settlement was $10,000. So you think you don't have money for insurance? Rear end somebody and see what happens.
No, drive through the window of an art gallery, see what happens.
The hell's
you do that?
I ran a red light, hit a guy. He went through the window of an art gallery.
Which one was it?
Over by the Crescent.
What kind of art?
Just random stuff.
Abstract?
Various things, statues, paintings, stuff like that.
The moment he hit it, it became very expensive art, I'll bet. That's worth about $10,000.
Luckily, my Dad went in there and priced everything beforehand. Because when they came back to
just in case you ran through it?
Well, no, I said, well, before they cleaned everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there are pieces where they said, well, that's going to cost $75,000 to replace. And he said, you're only selling it for $20,000.
Okay. Yeah.
So what was the total tab?
$165,000. Because there were 6 women in there, and they all claimed.
Did you have to pay for it?
No, I was insurance.
Well, but it was your insurance.
Oh, yeah.
You pushed the guy through the museum.
Yeah, the 6 women in there, they all claimed emotional distress, so they each got about 10 to 15 apiece.
Jesus. So you're pretty close to policy limits on that deal.
At that point, yeah.
What else you push somebody through?
That's been my best so
far.
That's
a good one.
That's good. Yeah, I hate the arts. Why don't you go push somebody through the PBS station on Harry Hines? What?
That's funny.
How long before we need to break?
Minute.
Oh. Dan? Anything in a weekend review that'll fill a minute?
33.
Huh?
33.
What is that one?
That's the lover from yesterday talking to the monkeys.
Based on the monkey slut story.
Yeah.
Why would this make the weekend review?
Are you kidding? You're kidding, right?
Here. So that means female chimps basically just want to get it on with as many males as possible, as long as the other female chimps aren't aware of it.
So much for evolution.
Every chick's not a slut.
Oh, my little sexy Simeon. Why don't we try a nice monkey golden shower to cleanse ourselves? Oh, shoo-wee. It smells like bananas and asparagus. I do not enjoy this either. Let's go back to hitting me with the scat. Perhaps a nice monkey plate job. Oh. Do you know of the Roy Clark? Perhaps you'd enjoy some pornography. I have video of my lovemaking with many celebrities. Would you enjoy my salad tossing experience with Clyde from the Clint Eastwood? I forgot about that.
Yeah. That was good.
And all of it?
No. Left turn, Clyde.
They weren't kidding. It was the first way. Here's some other feeling. But I give it to Clyde in the brown banana shoes. Then I punch him in the back of the head. That's the Donkey Kong. What is that? No, that label, that tape is misleading, that label. That's video of me eating out Mickey Dolenz. I don't get it. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
To all that surrounds him. Now, 214-787-1053.
All right. right, Daniel, what you got?
All right. Traffic this time is brought to us by City of Dallas and Reliant Energy. Looks like Dallas is pretty much just a mess right now. On Woodall Rogers eastbound between Industrial and 45, there's heavy traffic, and I'm sure the semi that's broken down in the right lane isn't really helping that at all. Also in Dallas, you have two problems on 75. 75 northbound, just after University, there's a serious accident that has you backed up to Woodall Rogers, and only the right lane is getting through right there. And again, also on 75, southbound after McComas, there's a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane, and that actually has you backed up all the way to 635. There's your look at traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Dan. Hang up the phone. 80 for the low tonight, going to be 90 tomorrow.
What's the problem with him doing that on the phone?
It's just, he's 8 feet from me, and you have him call in. Why not just open his microphone?
It adds to the realism.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better.
Nobody buys that he's up in a helicopter. Nobody thinks that.
I don't think we're trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes on that one.
Then why don't you just turn on your microphone?
I don't like that sound. It sounds too clean. Traffic needs to sound like they're actually out on the road.
No, he's here.
I wouldn't even know who it was if I didn't see him in there.
If you didn't see his lips moving.
Yeah.
80 for the low tonight. We have chance showers tomorrow. Also thunderstorms tonight. 93 currently at Live 105.3.
Did that guy call back the insurance and he didn't have the cash? Or
No.
was it somebody else that didn't have the money?
No, he said he couldn't afford it, and no, he hasn't called back. And then, obviously, someone else called in and had a pretty excellent point. He asked if the guy called in on the cell phone. Yeah. Well, there's your insurance money right there, at least.
You have money if you look around.
They don't want to do that. Plus, liability, just straight liability, really isn't that much for the year, is it? Especially unless your driving record's piss.
And I wonder if he's making car payments. So you have to have insurance if you're making car payments.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you have it financed.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I was calling about the car insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a hard time understanding why people don't necessarily understand that car insurance is as much of a cost of owning a car as the car payment, as putting in gas, as putting in oil in the car. If you can't afford the insurance, then you can't afford a car.
Well, their argument's going to be, I got to have transportation. I got to go to work. I got to pay for the house. I have other things that I do have to pay for, and insurance is low on the list. But you're right. When you go to buy a car, you look and see how much the insurance is going to be before you buy it. You calculate that together, and you decide whether you can have the car or not.
Yeah, you have to throw that all. I've actually been in 2 accidents with a hit-and-run driver, and one of them I know for a fact didn't have insurance.
How do you know?
The police ended up catching them down the road. But I'm happy with the new law because I don't know, if you look at your insurance bill that you get every month, you pay for uninsured motorists on there.
Isn't that an option?
You're basically paying to cover your butt for people.
All right, thank you. But if the other person doesn't have insurance and I'm not carrying uninsured motorists, my insurance still pays for it, doesn't it?
For the most part. I think uninsured motorists will cover more health and...
To take care of your deductible?
Yeah, stuff like that.
What happened when that guy hit you, Trey? Because he didn't have insurance, right? He did not have insurance.
Yeah, and then the cops just let him drive off.
When was this?
Around December, whatnot.
Oh, and it's Mercedes?
No, it was right before I was getting rid of my truck. So actually, it was about a year ago, and it was raining, and he just slid right in the back. Actually, hit another.
Why'd they let him go?
Because then there was another wreck down the road. It was one of those days. It's pouring down rain. No one knows how to drive. It's on a slant going down to industrial.
What if I told all of you, anytime you get hit, you lay there like you're unconscious. You let somebody come get you. That way the cops aren't just going to let the other guy off because they don't know what your injuries are, and that helps down the road when you end up in court.
Like literally, they were about to haul him to jail, and then there was a worse accident 30 yards.
Had you been unconscious, they'd have made sure that you got transported and probably, isn't that right, Eric?
Oh, yeah.
Probably would have taken him in.
Sure.
I can't help you.
Just roll out of the car and flop around on the ground.
Just stay in the car, you're out.
That's what that old man did to me. He started.
No, he didn't. He got out of the car and started picking up stuff.
But as soon as the fire department got there, then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh no!" He went and picked up his bumper. Oh, he's fine. Picked up his bumper, shoved it in the back of his van. And then the fire department pulls up and he's like, "Oh!" And he sits back down in his seat and he starts holding his neck and he starts rubbing. And I don't think I can even get out, dude. You were running in circles a minute ago, picking up a bumper.
People do weird things in shock.
That's right. Shock. He just realized the fire department was there and people were going to notice now.
He's already thinking about the hammer.
I'm sure he was.
All right. Any more of those before we finish news?
Do you want any calls regarding the shop?
It depends. What's somebody pissed off?
I guess. It doesn't seem that big of a deal when I asked him about it, but apparently he seems perturbed.
Which line?
Line 4.
Yes, Michael.
I was calling about that Russ Martin Automotive over there off of Coit.
Yes.
I went over there and it was real bad. Those guys like 5 minutes to come up and didn't acknowledge me in my car.
It was real bad what?
It took them like 5 minutes to come up and even acknowledge and try to answer a question for me.
Why were you in there?
In the oil change.
Oh. Were they rude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if they were rude, that's my edict. So that worked out. Thanks for checking up on them.
Yeah, you don't want to take an attitude into Russ Martin Automotive.
No, it's like the guy that was getting a lift kit put on his truck. He brought the lift kit with him, bought it used from his brother-in-law.
Oh, jeez.
Told Daryl.
You almost stopped there. Go ahead.
Told Daryl to put it on. Daryl gets halfway through it. He said, all the parts aren't here. Calls the guy. He said, well, you better find them, or I'm going to call Russ and I'm going to complain on the air. Daryl went, all right, good.
How'd that work out? Yeah. Please do. Here's the number. Here's the hotline.
I told Daryl, tell him to come get his effing truck out of there. Why would I let somebody on the air bag on my own shop?
You wouldn't.
Unless it was going to be somebody that's checking up on them.
On the root factor?
Yeah. So all of a sudden, the guy becomes a lot more amiable.
Well, yeah.
Daryl called him and said, here's what it's going to cost to finish the truck. Not marking anything up, which I told him to do. But here's what it's going to cost. Okay, whatever it takes. Fine.
Well, now that he knows he can't call Daddy Russ, I think that was going to be his big hammer. I'll just tell Russ.
Why would I want to help him?
They think
he didn't come in with all the parts, and all of a sudden he's going to threaten you. You find everything I need, or I'm going to call and rat you out. I don't care.
Yes, you've come to the wrong place.
Take you and your brother-in-law's lift kit and go do it yourself in the parking lot. Ready to go down? What? Screening a call? What is it?
TK on line 1 says extenuating circumstances sometimes arise and you can't always afford your insurance.
Okay. Go ahead. Was it TK? Yes.
Russ. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I was just saying that, when I first purchased my car, insurance wasn't a problem. I was able to, take care of my car note and my insurance. But, right now I'm in a legal custody where I have extenuating circumstances where money that I didn't foresee coming out of my check is coming out of my check, and I'm having to pay more rent now because he's not staying with me anymore, and I just really can't afford it. And at this point, if a police stop me, I understand I'm supposed to have insurance, but it's not that I just don't want it. I just can't get rid of everything right now. I can't stop paying my car note or just sell it because I'm upside down in it right now.
Well, I understand factors come up that you didn't plan on. Where are you calling from right now?
I'm calling from Woodland Irving at this point. I'm just driving home from work.
Oh. Got your cell phone?
Yes.
Yeah.
But my cell phone doesn't cost $100 either.
Well,
this is the only phone that I have, and I have a son. I have to make sure I get in contact with my son, or my daycare has a way to get in contact with me.
All right, well, what happens to me if you hit me on the road?
I will do, whatever I possibly can.
Well, what can we work out?
We'll work out something if you're willing to work it out with me. I mean, I'm not trying to be, I drive as carefully as possible. I stay under the speed limit. I don't ride people's behinds. I don't speed through, trying to start a car accident at all.
Well, what would be some of the things you'd offer me to settle this?
Whatever you would need. I mean, at this point, I'm just in, like I said, when it rains, it pours, and if I got into that situation, I would definitely let you know what was going on, try to get, my best in making some type of payment arrangements with you or whatever I needed to do. I really don't know. But
what about my salad? Would you toss that?
Toss your salad. Yes. I'll give you some good hit. No,
that's better than insurance.
Yeah.
right. You're free to stay on the road. Anybody else?
God, I love this new policy.
Yeah. You're in good hands.
I hope I get hit today.
Yeah. Abolish insurance.
JD's right. That's better than Allstate.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor.
Dan. Oh, here, we'll do this. We got time?
She didn't even think about it. She just came right out.
Man, I suck it out of your pants. You stay in the car, I suck it towards me. It look like a magic trick. Levitating. Play a flute while it's in there. I don't know. I'm kind of hungry after this accident. Do you have any baked goods in your car? Dan, say it.
Would you like some cookies for free? Or there's the other one.
I forgot the other one.
What?
Hang on. You're off the air, tell me.
Clearly, we can't know what he said. Okay.
That's an insider.
Okay.
Literally.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, there is one byproduct with high gas prices, and they may actually be pushing immigrant workers back across the border. It's a trend driven by the cost faced by day laborers. Warren Harris at the Day Labor Center in Fort Worth says gas prices are taking a bigger chunk of paychecks. So for some immigrants, it means going back to Mexico. He's also seen more white-collar workers trying to make ends meet between jobs. 7 people required medical attention, mainly...
And really, that's been the answer to if anybody had any problem with illegal immigration, is if the jobs dried up, they'd stop coming up here.
Yeah. Well,
and the ones that were here, if there was no work, there'd be a chance, not all of them would, they'd go back home. I don't mind them being here because I appreciate the cheap labor.
And all the things they provide for us.
But nobody wants to calculate that in. It's all the social services that they say they suck up and the education. You don't bitch about the money that they save on prices for agriculture or construction or anything else that goes along, lawn work.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Nobody complains about that.
No, I never checked. When the lawn guys come, I never ask for green cards.
But they want to go back and calculate, here's what it cost us. Well, all right, on a yearly basis, it's going to cost, but how much do we save nationally because they're here working for crap money?
Absolutely. It's just interesting they're going back to Mexico because it's too expensive to live here now. Why is gas so much cheaper in Mexico? Because the story last week or this week, whatever, people...
Part of it's going to be taxes, isn't it?
Well, no. I mean, the state can...
we tax an ass... Each gallon has, what, 30, 40 cents of tax on it?
Oh, easily.
All right. They're not going to have that in Mexico, though, right?
Well, it's that, and it's a state-run petroleum company, so they can set the price wherever they want. So they don't care about the market. It's like the deal in China this week. They actually raised gas prices for the first time, which has lowered demand on oil because that's going to help the Chinese quit driving as much.
What was the email that somebody sent to you that you sent on to me about oil and the profit? You said he had all his figures wrong.
He was talking about how that drilling is not the answer because they won't see any oil out of it from 7 years, and it cost about $500 million to $1 billion to set up those rigs, and that they were going to price, just pass along the price to us in gasoline. What you don't understand is oil trades on a futures market. I can buy a contract for oil.
Well, let me stop here. It doesn't matter if it takes 5 years, 10 years. It has to be done. It should have been done 25 years ago. We didn't do it. Nothing that anybody does is going to show an immediate benefit. About the only thing that we've seen OPEC do is they said we're going to bump up oil production.
Which you predicted.
Because I still think it's based on GM and some of the other companies. So we're going to start shutting down some of the plants. We're not going to make the SUVs anymore, which I think was a veiled threat as far as GM went. They said, a couple of years. So OPEC sees that. Think, okay, we pushed them too far. They're going to start looking into alternative fuels. And they're going to look into offshore drilling. It's time to... Let me scratch the big heady belly ache ball. It says... increase production.
And then immediately we go, okay, well, we can keep our SUVs.
Well, I don't think they're going to increase it to the point where we're going to see some monumental drop in gas. And I still like the angle of Congress going to the oil companies asking them, what is it with you not looking for alternative fuels?
That was actually one of the weekend reviews, too.
I don't need to hear that again.
That was funny.
I got it memorized.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard it.
Well, Mark Davis brought this up on his show earlier in the week, and I never thought about it. Because you see the congressional hearings, you have people from ExxonMobil, all the different oil companies sitting in front of Congress, and they're asking, why aren't you exploring alternative fuels?
Right.
We sell oil!
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what we do.
That's the dumbest question. And I'm with you. I never thought of it that way. Well, hello, that's not what we sell.
Right.
Look at the only thing we sell is oil. People like oil. We're selling an assload of oil. Why would we want to look for something else? What's the name of the company? See right here, my shirt?
I see it.
It says right here, Exxon on it. And then Ray, and then oil down here.
It says Ray on the one
We
top.
sell oil.
Yeah.
We're not out there drilling for Campbell's soup. We're not drilling for ranch dressing, MILFs, hungry hippos. We're not drilling for balloons that blow up into funny shapes and all. We sell oil. We're an oil company. People like oil. Yeah. People like to buy oil. Oil makes people happy. Your congressional hearings are doing nothing but selling hate. We're not going to have any part of it. Oil.
I understand. That's what you're selling.
That's what we do.
Never ever looked for a balloon?
We don't drill. What?
You've never looked for a balloon?
We never drill for balloons that blow up into funny shapes and all. We drill for oil. We're not drilling for Popeye's chicken. Oh. We're not drilling for Chia Pets. We're not drilling for futons, sit and spin Slurpees. We're not drilling for Huggies. We're not drilling for patio. We sell oil at brown goopy stuff. Look like Hershey's. We're not drilling for Punjab pants. We're not drilling for sock monkeys, and we're not drilling for Soul Glow.
No.
Oil. You want alternative fuel? Yeah. Go get you a stick. And go find it yourself. Dildos. All right. I'm done with it. Dan.
All right. 7 people required medical attention, mainly for back and neck trouble after a wreck involving a Dallas area rapid transit bus this morning.
Did anybody check and see if that was or wasn't Stacy?
I did not. I don't have his number.
All right, good.
DART spokesman Morgan Lyons says 6 passengers and the bus driver complained of injuries after the wreck on the Jefferson Boulevard viaduct over the Trinity River. Lyons said the bus apparently hit a guardrail on the bridge, but it wasn't clear what caused the accident.
What is line 1? Is it back to the oil thing?
Yeah, just as an idea of something that would work for both us and Mexico.
Well, what if we drill for oil?
More of it.
Yes, Jim.
Yeah, Russ, I was wondering, how come U.S. and Mexico can't come to an agreement to where they let us build a refinery in Mexico using their labor that would stimulate their economy and, probably drive down the price quite a bit, and everybody would benefit. It would keep their laborers down in their country and stimulate their economy.
Trey?
Because they refine, they have all the oil and gas they need.
But they can also sell it. And he's right. If you bring, if you have to push of money back into Mexico, people got more of a reason to stay there. You pump up the economy. Maybe the level of living goes up. I know that's a simplistic idea, but a lot of times those make a lot of sense that are hard to argue with.
The people who run Mexico, I mean, there's, like 1/10 of 1% that control all the money, which is billions and billions of dollars.
So the answer is they don't want to.
No, they're perfectly happy.
And we don't want to drill because we're worried about the polar bears.
The polar bears, and that those things just don't look pretty off your coast.
You can't see it from the coast.
I understand that. But
Schwarzenegger said, not off my coast, not off California, you will not drill in the ocean. Why?
Well, first of all, that ain't your
country.
Yeah, that's not your space. They can drill whatever they want out there.
Well, it's not pretty, and what if there's an oil spill?
You can't see it from the coast.
I agree. They do it we do it in Texas.
I think didn't the same thing come out of Florida or a lot of the other Gulf states? Yep. We don't. I think they were actually trying to form some type of group or union that they would go back to the government and say, no, we're not going to have this off the coast of our states. You can't see it.
No, absolutely not.
If you're really worried about the aesthetics, that part of the argument's gone.
I guess they're worried about maybe spills and coming up on the beaches and ruining, the big thing they have in Florida is there's the beautiful, pristine beaches.
Oil has to be drilled someplace. Those threats are going to be there regardless.
Well, again, we go back to the fact that we can drill it, we can get it, we still can't refine it. Is that correct?
But we can sell it on the open market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we put more on the open market. That's going to drive down, supply demand. It's going to drive down prices. But the thing about it is, those things at sea, they survived Katrina. No oil spills, no nothing.
Oh, I know.
I think that's a pretty good test.
The drilling rigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they made it through Katrina, that's a pretty good chance that they're going to be able to hold up to different catastrophic events. And I don't care about polar bears. Go up there and drill. They don't have cars.
No, I don't. And you don't really care for them. You never see them.
What's going to change on the entire planet if the polar bears of where is it, Anwar?
Mm-hmm.
If they vanish, there are polar bears up there.
Yeah, around there.
All right.
Nothing will change, really. Everything's in a balance. And that's what the folks are going to say. Everything's in a balance. You don't know what's going to change if the polar bears go away.
All right. Well, then explain to me on paper what's going to change if we lose the polar bears.
Oh, I'm sure.
I know what's going to change if you don't start drilling for oil. I'm going to go up there with a hammer.
I'm sure some environmentalists will tell you that everything's a balance. You get rid of one species, and something bad will occur.
Yeah, then all the fish population explodes, and because they're not eating enough fish or something like that. I mean,
then send fishermen up there. All of these issues have answers, and it's really not that difficult.
No.
We know we need oil. And we're in a position where if we don't do something now, I don't care if it is 5-10 years before we see the benefits, it still has to be done.
It should be done now while we're in this crisis. While everybody's still in crisis mode, because you're right. If it backs off, everybody's going to go back to going, I knew it was just temporary cool.
Yeah, we have to start now and get the policies in place, start the construction. That way, once you start, you really can't back out of it. Because if gas prices drop and we haven't started anything yet, we're not going to do anything, and this is going to become cyclical, and we're going to go through it again.
And if we, like I said, you show out OPEC that you're really going to do something, they're going to jack up the exportation. I can't talk.
So this is not a good place to have that problem.
I understand that.
We need a break? Yes. All right. You go relax.
I will. Good deep breath.
Did you see the screensaver put on your computer?
You ask what kind of naked men on my computer.
You don't like bears?
I don't like bears. That's one bear that could die.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
1, 2, 3, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
I say, what's cooler than being cool? Okay, now ladies, now we gonna break this thing down in just a few seconds. Now don't have me break this thing down for nothing. Now I wanna see y'all on y'all baddest behavior. Let me some sugar.
What, Dan?
Two things, actually. First off, it's Friday. Everett's here, so I've been getting phone calls for password.
I went through all the porn words that we use. I've gone through everything I can get away with using on the air.
So is there
we can do a simplistic version.
Okay.
Just the way they really did password.
Maybe that's easier.
That'd be great.
I don't think the actual Everett. I don't think the actual word that they're trying to guess is the draw.
All right. What's the other thing?
Jesus, can somebody else play with Everett?
No.
Every week you bitch.
And you guys have won before.
Yeah.
We won just out of luck.
It wasn't just once.
I think it was. Was it twice?
I don't know, but you suck as a partner.
My God.
What's the other one, Dan?
The other one's fairly pressing. I need a second opinion. I need your professional ears to take a listen to something in the last segment.
All right.
It was right after TK, the lady called in who couldn't afford her insurance.
Okay.
And you asked if there was anything that could be worked out. And that's where this picks up.
Is that what this file is?
Yes, it picks up right after she says she
this email?
Yeah, yes.
All right. JD's right. That's better than all baby.
You're a good mouth.
Like a good neighbor.
Oh, God! What? Oh, what? Listen to the last thing that you said.
I hear it.
Like a good
neighbor.
No.
State Farm is there.
No.
Yes.
No, not in this state. Listen again. JD's right. That's better than on stage.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. That's neighbor. That's clearly neighbor. That's not what you're saying.
And we're not even on the internet.
What does that mean?
Well, after hours, we did that show, and he was dancing and stuff, and that show went out on the internet.
You guys talked me into that.
We didn't talk you into this one. There was no collaborative effort on this one.
I didn't do that. I didn't say that.
JD's right. That's better than on stage.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. Oh, come on. Wow.
Mother.
You guys are over.
Wow.
This is no wow. There's no wow here.
Well, not to you. You're used to saying it.
You guys? Nobody here's neighbor?
No.
Clearly. It would only be funny to say like a good neighbor because we're making insurance jokes.
That would have made sense.
That's what
But you slipped another one in on us.
Yeah, it's kind of like that backwards thing you do.
I never do that. I'm not that smart.
But now you're doing it with slogans.
I didn't.
Is this going to have a recurring theme?
No.
JD's right. That's better than on stage.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. Quit playing it. Just quit playing it. Quit playing it. I just know.
Surely that'll get you the promotion.
I need no promotion. There's nothing to be promoted.
I mean, you get a company truck.
I don't want a company truck.
Can you go any higher at this point?
I have no clue what you're talking
Grand
about.
Dragon's pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm not the Grand Dragon. Everybody stop with that. Please.
Is there anything else? Do they have any, like a sainthood? Can you be vulcanized?
No, I'm not a media spokesman. I'm not a Vulcan. I'm nothing. I'm just a guy, and I just slur from time to time.
The exalted Mothra?
I told you earlier.
JD's right. That's better than on stage.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. I'm starting to hear it now.
I don't know how I space that one.
I know what I said.
That's probably the clearest one you've ever done.
I'm not.
And I'll tell you why none of us picked up on it right away is because he's sliding it in.
We're all thinking Allstate, like a good neighbor.
We're thinking he's going to say neighbor, so we're taking it for granted. Except when he replaces consonants with other ones.
Well, and he says it so much off the air. It's just sort of expected.
I don't say that off the air. Quit it. I don't.
Well, you know what?
What?
Why don't you start doing this? Why don't you start saying it off the air and stop it here?
Say it here. Quit playing that. I don't. Dear God.
Try it for a week.
No, I don't.
If it doesn't work out, you can come back. JD's right. That's better than on stage.
Oh, my God.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. It's not. That's what you're thinking. It's not. Genius. Stop it, Chloe.
You take special classes for that?
No, there's no class.
Continuing education?
I don't do it. No.
Did you go to some vocational school?
We have a class. We sit around and slip the N-word in places.
I don't know what you're doing.
No.
You don't have something like the Klan Academy?
No. No. Wouldn't.
What is it, Dan? Line 2?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, Mike.
You know, I always try to give JD the benefit of the doubt because I know you guys razz him and everything like that, but that was clear as a bell.
It's not.
I wish you could have seen the look on my face. I was embarrassed to be white just then.
I'm sorry that had to happen. Thank you.
Why would I say that? It's absurd. It doesn't make any sense. It wasn't even funny in the bit. That wouldn't make any sense to say that.
Wasn't she a black lady?
Yes.
They called?
It wouldn't make any sense.
That's rude. She was nice.
She was very nice, and I'm sure she's a lovely lady.
And that's probably why you threw good in front of her.
Right.
That's a compliment to you.
Thanks, Everett. Thanks for backing up and running me over.
Let's go back to your kinder, gentler Klan.
Yeah, no.
Did you say good and thank you and stuff before you throw out the slur?
There was no slur there. I don't hear it at all. Don't play it again. Can we just move on? Where's the cadaver?
They're running late.
Well, of course they are. When I need a cadaver, you'd never hear from me, are you?
Why are they running late?
They just had some problems.
Something fall off?
No. Just, things like this have to be done
covertly?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, JD's right. That's better than on stage.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. Neighbor. It's neighbor. Shut up, Chuck.
It gets more offensive with each listener.
Anybody be on my side? It's neighbor.
Okay.
Allstate.
I'll be with you on this one.
Thank you. See? We'll complain it then.
How many of those you live next door to?
Neighbors?
Whatever.
I've got neighbors all around me.
JD's right. That's better than on stage.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. That's not what you're thinking.
Wow.
Don't wow me.
Shazam.
Don't help me. Somebody help me here. If the listener's even saying that. That wasn't it. Cut me off this one.
All right.
Thank you. Move on.
You want to try password?
Sure.
Like a good neighbor. You're not going to let this go, are you?
Yeah, until you say something else.
I'm not going to say anything. I didn't say anything this time. I never say anything. You edit things together. You put them. You make me sound like I'm saying things.
Yeah, that song you were dancing to and singing. You didn't say a word.
You guys egged me on and made me do that, and it was off the air.
Where did we put that?
Oh, dear God.
Trey, is it on your flash?
I think it is.
Thanks for bringing it up, Everett.
No problem.
What's it under?
I've got your back.
Hang on, what is this one?
Get the knife out.
I don't know if it's obvious to everybody that all he's trying to do is to get somebody pissed off to come after his ass.
I think so, because you can't go so far out on a port. And just
on a what?
On a board.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said a porch.
I didn't say any such thing.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I didn't.
I think porch came out of your mouth.
I didn't. I'm bored.
Look at Dan's eyeballs.
I don't want to see Dan's eyeballs. Quit looking at me, Dan.
Porch.
No.
Say it.
Bored.
You want to go out on a porch.
On a limb.
Yeah, that's better.
Wow.
Oh, now that's just you guys. Never stops.
What, Trey?
Actually, it is over. I think it is over in the 360.
Here?
Yeah.
What's it under?
I don't know. You would have saved it.
Oh, well, hang on a second.
Let me up, please.
Well, there it is.
Oh, my God. Come on. What did this turn out? We have so much other stuff to do today. Look at all the news or stories.
Well, we'll play password here in a minute.
Password?
Maybe I'll slip one in that'll help you out.
No. We need help.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4.
For the necessities, the simple necessity. Forget about your worries and your stripes. I mean the necessities of Mother Nature's recipes that bring the necessities of life. I wonder, wherever I roam, I could be fonder of my home than bees buzzing in the trees. Stop playing that. That was a momentary lapse of reason. But you know,
that went on for almost a minute.
When you listen to the song, it's about the necessity.
I'd let this one go. I just say, yeah, I said it.
I said that.
You practice in the mirror at home?
No, I don't.
You practice in front of one?
I don't ever say it. I never say that word.
Why don't we get Stacy up here and you practice with him?
No, I'm not going to call him anything. I don't ever call people that. I've rarely used that word, and never in a hateful way.
All right. Well, go ahead and use it now in a friendly way.
I know.
Hey there.
Trey, where's the password music?
It should be on your desktop.
All right. Do we have anything? What are we playing for?
We will be playing for a pair of tickets to see Journey July 27th at superpages.com Center. Also, dinner at the Blue Goose Cantina, limo ride from Limo George, various DVDs, movie passes to the latest summer Live 105.3 premieres.
Okay.
Password, where today's celebrity guests try to guess the password. Now, here's the host of Password, Russ Martin.
Well, it's a cold room.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's empty at this point. All right. Trey, you and Chloe. JD, you and Everett.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Line 3.
Try, Everett. Will you just try?
We always.
Yes, David.
Hey, Russ, I'm a black dude. I just actually wanted to come to JD's defense. JD, I know you said neighbor, dude. I mean, everybody wants to hear you say that other word, and believe me, nobody better than, or more than us black folks want you to say it, because we know it's all funny or whatever. But check this out. For coming to your defense, I only want one thing in return, JD.
What's that?
All right, when you open up your plantation, I want to be one of your house niggas.
I believe that's fair.
No. I have a plantation. I don't have any house, anything.
You're saving up your money for it.
No, I'm not. Stop laughing.
That's why you got a 401k KK.
You're laughing at that.
Never in my life would I think that a man would volunteer to be that. Well, if you're going to do it, I might as well just volunteer for it anyway.
All right. Here we go. Trey, you and JD, headphones off. The password is breakfast. All right, Everett. 10 points. Pass or play?
I'm going to play.
All right.
Renaissance.
Why are you doing this?
So you'll get it.
Renaissance.
Yeah.
Can I have him say it, use it in a sentence? No.
No.
Renaissance. Happy.
9 points, Chloe.
Pop-Tart.
Hold on.
Pop-Tart. Pastry.
8 points, Everett.
Bedizen.
Stop it with the stuff. Give me a real clue.
That's a real clue, man. Come on. I just suck as a partner.
I'm trying to think what Chloe said.
Pop-Tart.
I got that.
Pop-Tart. Bedizen.
Fruity.
7 points, Chloe.
Kellogg's. Breakfast?
Yes. 7 points for Trey and Chloe. All right, Everett, you and Chloe, headphones off.
Ridiculous.
JD and Trey. The password is costume. All right. Trey, 10 points. Pass or play?
I'll pass.
10 points, John.
Of course you will. All right, look at me. Halloween.
Obsolescence.
No.
9 points, Trey.
World. I don't know. Pass.
8 points, John.
Dressed.
Coterminous.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
I think it's 7 points, Trey.
Crocodile. I'm still out.
Why don't you guess something?
World Halloween crocodile? The hell?
Costume, dildo.
Okay.
You threw in with world. You should have said, like, outfit. You got Halloween, you got outfit. That balances out any of the crap that ever throws out. Fools.
Anybody get any points for that?
No, give me 7 points.
All right, Russ, it's 7.
How long before we need a break?
I'll save about a minute.
All right. Got time for another word.
Torture. Try it one time. Just once.
Get something right.
All right, JD, you and Trey, headphones off. The password is Batman. All right. Every go ahead. 10 points. Pass or play.
Come on.
I'm going to...
we get 0.
Well, then we'll get 10. Here. I'm going to play.
All right. Go ahead. 10 points.
Boulevardier.
Road. God. These aren't even real words.
9 points, Flo.
I can't get past that.
Great. Now Everett's vexing my partner.
Finally, evenly matched.
You've had a couple extra seconds to think about it. Give it a shot.
Egg woman.
You never watch Batman? There are no egg women on Batman.
Everett, come on, man.
What are you trying to lip to me?
I'm trying to help Chloe out. I look at him. Here's what I mouth.
Okay. A Catwoman. Clearly.
What?
I did it twice. He looked at me and he nodded. But all right.
I'm in.
Egg woman.
That was still on breakfast.
Never mind the Joker.
Egg woman. Eggmobile. Egg cake. Well,
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
The password is Batman. All right. Every go ahead. 10 points. Pass or play.
I'm going to...
What is it, Trey?
That makes it even worse.
Oh, you never knew what the answer was?
No.
Oh.
Eggman? Egg woman.
I'm mouthing at him. You can tell he's struggling for a clue.
Yeah.
And I'm mouthing.
Catwoman. Yeah. You're saying Catwoman.
I did it twice. Mm-hmm. He gives that knowing nod.
Got you, buddy.
And he goes for Trey.
Here we go.
The password is Batman. All right. Every go ahead. 10 points. Pass or play.
Come on.
I'm going to...
we get 0.
Well, then we'll get 10. Here. I'm going to play.
All right. Go ahead. 10 points.
Boulevardier.
Road. God. These aren't even real words.
9 points, Chloe.
I can't get past that.
Great. Now Everett's vexing my partner.
Finally, evenly matched.
And if you listen closely enough, you can even hear me mouth Catwoman. Give it a shot. was right there.
Egg woman.
Think about it. Give it a shot.
Egg woman.
Yeah, that's going to be with me all weekend.
I passed JD in the parking lot during the break. We just nodded and laughed at it.
Buddy, we're the team.
Yeah. I went into Gavin's office and talked to him. I couldn't even talk to him about what I wanted to. He was still laughing about the egg woman. It was just that had he not given me that knowing glance, got you. Egg woman.
And of all the words, you still to find a clue for.
That one should have been the easiest.
Yeah.
That's why I told him, think about it, use something.
And he did.
Yeah.
This could almost be a bit in itself. Every day I'll come in with a list of words, mouth them to clone, see what he comes up with.
I'm thinking egg woman t-shirts.
Yeah, the wombat's out.
Egg woman's in.
Shot.
Egg woman.
All right. You want to try and finish this?
Sure.
Still waiting on the cadaver to
Oh,
get
we
here.
are? Okay.
All right.
Right now, it's a Train Club 7. I have 0 with Everett.
What do you mean I? We're a team.
One of us is trying, one of us is not.
Please.
All right. Who was the last one to score? All right, well, we'll go back to Everett.
The only person to score
was
Train Club.
All right. Chloe, I'll give you another shot. Thank you. Trey, you and JD headphones off. The password is family. All right. 10 points, Chloe. Pass or play?
Bunker.
Hang on. Try it again.
Bunker.
Dugout.
9 points, Everett.
Interregnum.
God. Come on.
Put them together.
Yeah. Thank you. War.
8 points, Chloe.
Archie.
Egg woman. I'm trying to mouth Trey the answer to move things along, and I'm getting the Chloe face. 7 points, Everett.
Cabal.
Is it family?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. God, how many points we get? 7?
7.
We're tied. We're tied.
Well, they quit complaining.
All right. Here's the next one. Everett, Chloe, headphones off. The password is puppet. All right, 10 points, John. Pass or play?
I will play. Don't look at me like you're listening. You're so retarded. My problem is I give a good clue, and that's helping them. Sock.
Recherche.
No. Not really.
9 points, Trey.
One time, just once.
Kermit.
Frog.
8 points, John.
What the hell? Entertainment.
Oh, puppet.
You ass.
Was that right?
Yeah.
You ass.
Is that 8
I'm
points?
an ass when I get it right. I'm an ass when I get it wrong.
That was 8.
8. All right. What's the score now?
All right. Now we have 15-7. We're ahead. Unbelievable.
Complain about that too?
I still want to do this on the internet.
Yeah. You're doing a video thing? Live?
No, just do it live here in the studio one night after the show. Just we can go back to the porn words that I couldn't use on the air.
Suspend all the rules.
All right. Trey, you and JD headphones off.
Here we go.
The password is airplane. All right, 10 points, Everett. Pass or play?
I'm going to play.
All right, 10 points.
Conflate.
Conflate?
You heard me.
Conflate. Conflate.
Conflate?
Don't give me conflate. Cake, I don't know.
9 points, Chloe.
Striker.
Eight points, Everett.
Dissimulate.
Oh, stop.
7 points, Chloe.
Engine.
Don't even.
Whatever. I think it's, were you 7 now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Everett.
Schadenfreude.
Oh, God. Germany. God, why do you do this?
6 points, Chloe.
Baba Booey.
What the hell? What?
I tried to mouth him another clue.
Oh.
I'll tell you what it was in a second.
Okay. Engine structure.
The password was airplane. The clue I gave Chloe was Boeing.
Oh, Boeing.
All right, Everett, Chloe, headphones off. The password is piano. Who got the last one?
They did.
We did.
All right, John, 10 points, pass or play?
I will play. Ivories.
Latitudinarian.
9 points, Chloe. All right, Trey.
Keys. Piano?
Yes.
They're ahead 16-15.
All right. JD Trey, headphones off. The password is roller coaster. 10 points, Chloe. Pass or play?
I'll play.
All right, 10 points.
Titan.
Roller coaster?
That's a little squirrely.
Yeah. If you're going to cheat, do better than that.
Why wouldn't you say missile?
Because they've got the one at Six Flags?
Missiles?
No, the Titan roller coaster.
They shoot missiles?
I don't think so.
All right, now Everett, we really need to play 26-15.
We'll get him.
All right, who's taking the headphones off this time? Chloe, you and Everett? The password is urine. All right, Trey, 10 points, pass or play?
I'll play.
10 points.
Golden.
Egg.
I see a theme.
9 points, John.
Okay. Look at me. With that goofy look. Were you paying attention a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a damn clue. Head.
Shower.
Imprecation.
8 points, Trey.
We.
Backgammon.
I like the new texture of the show is taking on.
At least we have a chance. Everett?
Yes.
Whiz.
Incarnate.
No. The password was urine.
Thank you.
Trey, JD, headphones off. We need a break before it. All right. The password is triangle. Who got the last one? All right, Chloe, 10 points. Pass or play?
Vagina.
Bush.
9 points, Everett.
Dodecahedron.
Yield item. God. Triangle.
What'd you say?
It's a triangle.
That's right.
See?
How did I get that? I don't know.
I was thinking in my head for the next time around, and I said that out loud. We won!
Yes!
How many points did we get? 9?
Yeah.
Are you done bitching?
24-26. I can't believe it.
All right, one more and then we'll break. What's the score?
24-26.
Okay. Chloe, Everett, headphones off. The password is fire. JD, 10 points, pass or play?
I will, I'll pass once.
10 points, Trey.
Match.
Light.
9 points, John.
Inferno.
Fire.
Are you cheating?
No, Inferno fire makes perfect sense. What are you talking about?
We're winning.
All right.
33.
You're never happy.
That's the object. Yeah.
But normally he gives me bon bouvet, whatever the hell that was.
Get off him.
Yeah, we're winning.
I can't believe it. 33-26.
All right. We'll do one more.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Take your headphones off. The password is coat. 10 points, Everett. Pass or play?
I am going to play.
Of course you are.
Defenestrate.
Jesus.
9 points, Chloe.
Soothe.
Massage.
8 points, Everett.
Give me something, please.
Rhodomontade.
Weasel. I have no clue.
8 points, Chloe.
Jacket.
Seven points, Everett.
Cognomen.
Russ, make him do something right.
We're winning.
I know, but shut up.
7 points, Chloe.
London.
Raincoat?
I'll give you credit for that. Password was coat.
We're tied 33 each.
All right. We'll come back and end this riveting competition.
I can't believe we're tied.
We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. A show about everyday life where nothing is forbidden. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
What happened to the cadaver?
They apologized, but they ended up needing it. So they are going to bring one on Monday.
They're going to bring a different one on Monday? Because I don't want this one after they've used it.
Yes.
Nasty. All right. Do you guys want to finish this game?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What is line one, Dan?
She was saying if you give away the prize or no one in the room wants it, she'd be happy to accept it.
What are we giving away?
Journey tickets.
No, I'm going.
July 27th.
Love Journey.
Do you?
They got a great new singer, too.
Their album's been in the since it came out, I think a week ago, it's been in the top 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would actually be a pretty good show. And normally when you lose the main guy, nobody wants to go see him. I heard people.
Yeah, a lot of bands they're almost like lizards. They lose 3 or 4 members of the band and they regenerate. But
back.
with some of these bands, it's like you lost a lizard, you still got the tail, and they're still touring.
Somebody said Chicago last weekend was horrible. It suffered when Peter Cetera left, but they said it was just terrible. Whoever they have in there doesn't sound anything like Peter Cetera or any of the other Chicago stuff. Because there were songs he goes, I'm a fan, the guy told me. He goes, I'm a Chicago fan, and I couldn't recognize 25 or 6 to 4.
Who else? Is it Boston that's out?
Yeah, Boston's touring also.
Did they lose their lead singer or guitars?
Yep, he died. But they had another lead singer named Frank Cosmo that did the last couple of albums, and actually both of them have been touring together until Brad died.
Okay. All right. We'll finish this up and then we'll go. Since the dead body couldn't make it. All right. The current score is?
We're tied at 33. Everett and I have 33 as do Trey and Club.
All right. Trey, JD, headphones off.
Okay.
The password is egg. All right, Everett, 10 points. Pass or play?
Give me a good one.
I'm going to play.
We can win.
Ovoviviparous.
Happy?
Yeah. 9 points, Chloe.
All these rule.
Batman.
What?
Eggs?
Come on.
Let's go, Chuck.
Dear God.
We win! Go ahead, Dan.
All right. For more information on the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and so much more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danO'Malley.com, show tomorrow 4 to 7 in the afternoon, djclo.net, treytrenholm.com, and for Chuck on the keyboards, chuckwheat.com. To reach Everett Newton, password contestant extraordinaire, call his office at 214-823-LAWS or go to his website, dallasattorney.com. The official caterer of the show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. Their website, sugarbabiesbbq.com. The official liquor store of the Russ Martin Show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com. And the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
Dan, go ahead and give those Journey tickets to that chick on the phone.
Will do.
All right, I'll see you guys Monday.
Bye.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.
Russ Martin Show.